Yo, what up, man? What's good? So, I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves, but we was supposed to be done with season 1. Like, we was like, man, we ain't doing no more episodes, and bro hit me. Like
had to.
That's the good thing about being in business with yourself. You can just make audibles. Ain't no way we turning this down. And then he pull up with the entourage.
No doubt.
And then he pull up with Ray Loke.
No doubt.
Man, I ain't passing up interviewing Ruck and Ray Loke. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, this ain't even an interview, man. It's talking to Ruck and Ray Loke.
Like, for sure.
Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves. We just want to jump right into it.
Yo, y'all know me, DC, a.k.a. Ruck. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to, get some truth and spit some light to the youth. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know who I am, Ray Moore, a.k.a. Ray Loke. Shouts out to the Ville, man, spitting facts to the youth.
Ray is cool, man. Ray been doing this too long, bro. Hey, we're going to get into the living room. Like, we're going to go there.
For sure.
But, man, my brothers, man, like literally.
Sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Garfield Pride.
Hey.
No doubt.
Don't say the song.
Pass it on.
Pass it on.
Pass it on.
You got to see, that's Garfield, like, right there. That's like the Burgundy. That's Garfield Pride right there. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Garfield Pride in the building.
Panthers, baby.
But welcome home, bro.
Appreciate it, man. I'm glad to be home, man.
I appreciate you, trusting us enough to come straight home, straight on the lounge. We had a seat waiting for you anyway. We had a seat waiting for you. I couldn't wait. So when you reached out, like, yeah, we got to do it.
I mean, who else would I tell my story to, man?
My man, want to wipe the slate. Just anything we got scheduled, we got bro coming on. And then Ray Loke with the surprise, like, hey, and we ain't never did 2 people. Like, we ain't never, cameras, mics, me talking to 2 people. So this is all history. This is history in the making.
Yeah, I'm just excited my bro home, you know what I'm saying? It felt like when Capone came home and Nori met him with the fur, you know what I'm saying? Like this my bro, man. I'm North Street, he Dock Street. You know what I'm saying? So 33rd district, man. All day.
We just hit everybody over 40, but I like to think that the relationships with my guys, with my friends, my brothers is rare in the sense of how long we've been friends and how loyal we is to each other. It ain't that much around, but y'all the same way, y'all a couple years older, but y'all, like you said, brothers, North Street, Dock Street, Brown, like over 30 years.
Yeah, for sure.
That's rare, that ain't a thing no more really. So when I see it, I like to shout it out,
So basically, let's go ahead through the history of us, like all of us, like for real, like we all, it's the Ville. So it's 1 degree of separation to begin with, but like even when we became adults, like your mom looked out for me when I was in the county on my first bid. I came in, I got bound over at literally 2 days after my 18th birthday. She came through. You need anything? Like, shout out to Miss Shetty, like for real, like, baby,
No
just
doubt.
be cool. You know what I'm saying? Stop fighting these COs, you know what I'm saying? Because I was wilding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she kept me out of trouble. Like, she made me calm down and really realize what's going on. So, like, I'm forever indebted, you know what I'm saying, to your mom.
She appreciates that, too.
I love her and never cuss. I don't know how she disciplines y'all without cussing.
Never once. Never once.
Because y'all
She ain't have to,
easy.
though. She ain't have to.
Oh,
she
yeah,
got her foot across.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? But like that's a shout out that I got to get out the way off the rip. Second of all, I got to say, like, bro, through my whole bid, you know what I'm saying? You always checked up on me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that because you know how people is, man. They leave you for dead.
Yeah.
Everybody in it, you know what I'm saying, in here show love, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a difficult time being at, you know what I'm saying, my situation with having a new child and my wife out there. So I appreciate everybody that show love. Lep, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Pace, of course, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, man. Like, whoever out there that, you know what I'm saying, I ain't going to speak my name for whatever reason, but I respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's all love.
You thorough, you know what I mean? And people don't mind sticking by a thorough dude, solid dude. So, that's just a measure of how real you keep it. And, going back to, you talk about 1 degree of separation. So I'm the same age as your sister. You know what I mean? We've been in the same grade since first grade. So I always called you big bro, but you tasked me like, you know what I mean, look out for my sister. Like that was always our thing. Like, you know what I mean, look out for Chi-Chi. And then I was just telling Speed, crazy thing. I told you I was going to tell you a story. Going back, this one used to go with my sister. Yeah, man, we on the podcast.
No doubt.
She bought you a blue toboggan, but it had a red check on it.
Right.
You wouldn't wear it because it had a red check on it.
Facts.
So I ended up wearing a toboggan.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of Chuck, me and Chuck, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Chuck King, man.
I got a black first down on, and I got the blue toboggan with the red check on it. Yeah. But that's how far we go back, bro. You know, it ain't just, you know, we know each other like literally family.
Yeah,
for sure.
Literally family.
Literally.
For sure.
And then Ray Lope, man. So, you know, I used to rhyme. I still rhyme a little bit, but
yeah, a little bit.
I didn't know nothing about like 16 bars, a hook, like recording, presence on the mic. All of that's Ray Lope.
You know, it go back to when I used to rap with Out Noise with Kareem Ellis, aka Silent Stepchild, and he was like a mentor to me. So he taught me everything I need to know in the studio. So like podcasts, I was doing podcasts when I was like 19. I had did a podcast like before it was even podcast. I had did an interview. There was a spot in Pittsburgh, and we had did an interview for the first album we dropped or whatever. So he taught me a lot. So shout out to Kareem Ellis, man. And also he DJs on TikTok. So follow like Silent Stepchild on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? He be DJing. He be putting some down. So that's who mentored me. That's how I know what I'm doing. And that's how I was able to like give y'all the knowledge or whatever, because he gave me the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, I'm not too much older than y'all, but I knew the knowledge from like being introduced to him. Other than that, I'd have been lost in the sauce too.
Yeah, you was just, you know, you was doing it. We're only 2 years apart, but
yeah, facts. But you know, Brock Hopkins actually introduced me to Kareem Ellis. You know what I'm saying? So once I got put on with Kareem, you know, Kareem is actually related to Fourth Disciple. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know who Fourth is. You know what I'm saying? So they come from a musical family. You know what I'm saying? So they're very passionate about what they do. And when he took me under his wing, he showed me everything. So then when we was in my living room, I was just basically showing y'all what he showed me. So basically, I just got to give credit where credit is due.
Anybody that know me, any of my guys that know me, if they ask like who my favorite rapper of the Ville all time is Brock. Like that's,
yeah, for sure.
That's
for sure.
that's
for sure.
You know, Brock my goat. That's just not, you know, that's just my goat.
Yeah.
So shout out to Fame always.
Brock was like Esco, like Nas Esco in the Ville. Like he, man, he was so smooth with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Brock really dropped the album for real that really didn't touch the streets for real. That's hot. Like, but Kareem got it though.
Yeah. You know, anything with Brock on it.
Yeah, Brock ill, man. Like, shout out to Brock Hopkins, man.
So y'all what? 2 years apart, 1 year apart?
1 year apart.
So y'all was at Garfield together.
Yep.
All the way up through
our dads knew each other. My dad worked at the liquor store across the street from where they stayed at. And I actually met DC through my pops and his pops.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we already went to Garfield, and then, you know, it was just there. Like, he was, you know what I mean? He was a year older than me, but he jumped off the porch first. You know what I'm saying? And once he jumped off the porch, like, I mean, a lot of people don't want to admit this though, but we all wanted to be like Ruck. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ruck jumped off the porch before all of us. He was getting into that gangster.
Tupac.
Yep.
That's what he reminded me of, Bishop. Yeah. Like,
hey, bro,
we're gonna go there. Hold up.
We call him Bishop.
See, and I ain't never had this conversation with you, but like from, you know, as a youngin', like that's what bro was. We're gonna get into all of that.
Yeah.
KMK.
Cash Money Click.
It's nostalgia, yeah.
No, hey,
original. Hey,
Originals.
yo, we had a song, right? It was called Cash Money Click. You know what I'm saying? It's when we pretty and not illin', but when we break punks, it's cover up minors and we killin'.
I remember.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
So KMK, right? Cash Money Click, KMK.
Shout out to Cash Money.
So our little colors was green and blue.
Facts.
So back in the day, we was the youngins, right? So his brother and the big homies, they wouldn't let us into the Blue Devils at first because we were still young. We started to earn our stripes. So we like, man, the hell with all that. We gonna start our own shit.
Yeah.
So we came up with the KMK. So me, Ray Lowe, Brock was lightweight.
Brock was in
You know
there.
what I
Ivy,
mean? Ivy.
TJ Tillman. Shout out to TJ Tillman. Court Holmes.
Yes.
Derek Jeter. Rashad
Edward.
Austin.
Yeah.
It was basically what it was the lower classmen. We were sophomores and
Right.
freshmen, and then like BRCs were the juniors and the seniors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
But we was hungry though.
we was us.
We was hungry though. So we like, you know what I'm saying? We own that. Like we own it. You know what I'm saying? We doing a little hustling. You know what I'm saying? But like them, when I ain't gonna say low, but like Court and them, they was the athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We downtown.
Down-
We 33rd. So we right off 7th
Yup.
and 6th and 5th and all that. So we know all the fiends, you know what I'm saying, one way or the other. Like you said, his dad had the liquor store, the state liquor store. This is before Kroger's had the liquor store. So you had to go to the state store. Everybody had to go.
You said whose dad had the liquor store?
Ray's dad.
Yeah, my pops.
okay.
My pops worked at the liquor
Okay,
store on
okay,
Dog Street.
okay.
Right.
The state liquor store.
That's basically my uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you had the old heads, like y'all might not remember like Frank Pete, all of them.
Facts.
So, like they come through, they asking me. I'm on the porch. I'm literally across the street. This is the state store. So everybody from Steubenville had to go to that to get the liquor, to get the real liquor. So I'm meeting all the hood legends, all the old heads that's getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Buddy too. Jean Nicole still, she know what's going on. Yeah, I said your whole government. You know what I'm saying? Her pops. That's my aunt. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. So like anyway, Charnice, like all of them, like, you know what I'm saying? Kanisha, they was all down there. We all on dock. You know what I'm saying? Dom Peterson.
Don
Too
P. I
cool.
forgot about
That's
Don
my brother.
P.
You know what I'm saying? Jamie Styles. You know what I'm saying? All them. Rest in peace, Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Like all them. Like Anthony Hythen.
Okay.
All them. Like we, Vinny, Wes. You know what I'm saying? All us. That was our
Bleeze
little
and
clique. Ivy,
Speed.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Bleeze and Speed.
facts. You know what I'm
They,
saying? So like
they down the street on Dock.
right. So we all was just around the same age. So like if I had a birthday party, they was there. Same, vice versa. And our pops, like they said, our pops and them, they all knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we literally grew up together every day, all day. We played baseball, basketball, whatever. We had the Salvation Army. We had the back when the high school didn't have that in the back. There was a little field in the back. We played football back there. They had the rims, all that. We kicked it, you know what I'm saying? So we grew up from the dirt. Blake, Blair, all that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ricky Suggs. He used to come through all the time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Man, we was the get along gang.
Yeah, we
You know
were.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Then we go down to the projects. We had all them down there. Then we go to the Market Square. Then we go to the High Shaft. Everybody met the High Shaft.
And we would go to Flats. Shout out to
What?
Flats.
JR, rest in peace.
Rest in
Rest in
peace,
peace,
JR.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it went down, but we was every day. You know what I'm saying? That was our every day. So like Cam K just like kind of just like it was
Formed
natural.
itself.
You know what
So-
I'm saying?
It formed itself.
It was natural.
So look, you said y'all was like underclassmen and like BRC was the older ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is hilarious to me.
Oh, I got a story for that.
But I was invested in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
like I was like right below, like peeking up.
Yeah.
yeah. But you was like front lining, huh?
So dig.
Always.
So dig.
Because it was always your name, bro.
Always.
So dig. So if we're gonna go to we're gonna call it the origin of Ruckus, right? So the origin of Ruckus, right? So I was given a name by Bubs. You know what I'm saying? Dion.
Shout out to Bubs.
Shout out to Bubs. Me, you know what I'm saying? I was given that name. Ivy was Havoc.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's Ray Lope from the jump.
from the jump.
So I was a little bit off more than everybody. I was frontlining. My claim to fame was I was the first to set it off. You know what I'm saying? Like I was the runt too. So I was the first to set it off. Because Dom Ivy was always bigger than me.
Right.
So they used to, you know what I'm saying, take a look at me. So that got me my toughness. Then I'm gonna keep it 100. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Ooh solidified me. Like, nah, start fighting. So me and Bootsy fight every day from the summer of, like, I want to say 92 to about 95, 96. Love him to death, but we fight every day. So that's how I got my stripes, beating him up and him beat me up or whatever. But I was always the extra. First one to have a pistol, me. First one to get shot, me. First one to go to the bing, me. juvie, all that. But you know what I'm saying? I was just one step ahead. I was always willing to take the L for everybody else because to me, love is loyalty. Family is everything. Love is loyalty. I'm gonna make sure he ain't got to do nothing. Plus, his brother wasn't going for it.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? So I was gonna take the front line. But as far as KMK went, like you said, I was Bishop.
Yeah, it was Bishop,
But
definitely.
if it wasn't going in line, I'm pulling up.
All right, give me a story. It don't got to be nothing crazy.
No
like,
doubt. So I gotta think of one. So we talking BRC.
we
Let's
talking
go back.
BRC. We talking KMK versus BRC.
Hey, listen,
Let's
tell
go.
them the story, but don't name drop. Tell them the
doubt.
story that we
No
just
doubt.
talked about, the 4th of July, when we was 30 deep. And
No, you tell that story because you
Alright.
remember better than I do.
so look, I'm not gonna name drop who the dude was, right? So it was the 4th of July. This is Parkview Circle days. Anybody who watching this back in the late 90s, y'all knew how it was when the 4th of July was going on. We was 30 deep. We walked to the fireworks, right? And we left the fireworks and we seen somebody that, you know,
Ops.
we really wasn't getting down with. I don't like using the word op because I'm 43. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have ops back
No.
then. It was just somebody we didn't deal with. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we was 30 deep. So one of the other homies, like, you know, back then you had to put in work to show who you was. So they told the homie, like, go over there and set it off. Like, all you got to do is hit dude and we coming. Like I said, we 30 deep, bro. He couldn't bring enough courage to hit dude. You know what I'm saying? But like I told him earlier today, by the grace of God, that he didn't hit dude because we will all just be coming home right now. 30 people jumping on one
Yeah,
man.
it's been over with.
Like, listen, that would have been a murder. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably like one of the most craziest moments as a kid because I felt like it should have happened. But now that I'm looking back as a grown man, I'm like, nah, that shouldn't have never, we could have killed that man. Like, for real, like, our older homies were young. Our older homies were 4 years older than us. You know what I'm saying? They were kids too. So when you a kid and you trying to get a name for yourself and you just thinking like, man, go over there and hit that dude. I can't believe you ain't hit that dude. But I'm glad he didn't hit that dude. Because, bro, he'd have been dead. We were literally 30 deep for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But if we would have sent Ruck over there to do it, Bishop, it definitely would have went down.
People think like, you know what I'm saying, off the rip, I was just off the chain. Nah, y'all got to realize how I got to how I was. So initially, you know what I mean, I'm going to go back to when I got shot because that's what really turned me out. So even before that, so what happened was I'm going to go to a house party in, I want to say it was like 94. Maybe, yeah, because I was a freshman. So we went to the Steuben Ball. So after the Steuben Ball, there was a party on Arlington. So we got Arlington. So my brother, you know what I'm talking about. So we got the party. Rest in peace, Trav Mack. He was there too.
T-Mac.
Rest in peace, Deron. You know what I'm saying? Beck, real one. That's my family. I know people feel some type of way, but that's my family.
All day.
And I'm just, if I wanted to be 100, he had me dead to right so many times. I was on opposite side, but he let me live because we family. So let me tell you how cold he is. So we in the party, right? It's me, it's Ivy, and we're gonna say about 4 other people, including Trav. I could tell the story because he rest in peace. Bruh, he see the tension in the air. The man went into the kitchen, turned on the stove. No, he got a big pot of water, put it on the stove, turned that to like 450. You know them old stoves got hot in the mud, right? Turned that bitch all the way up. Came back, sat down like everything was everything. Drinking this is 40 days, so
This is Beck?
this is bad.
Okay.
This is after. This is like 3 body in back.
Okay.
So he go upstairs, right? Hit the pack, take some 40s, bust them in the bathtub, take some tape, wrap it around his hands, on some Fight Club. Turn that shit over. He got glass on his hands. Decide not to do that. Came back downstairs because now the water's hot. Caught my bruh slipping. Grabbed the pot. Said, y'all plotting on me. Throw the hot water on him and run out the back door. I happen to have a 32 on me with 8 shots. I get to the steps. He down there about to get in the van. He look at me like this. I lit off all 8 of them, right? So when that was my first initiation to busting at somebody. You know how that shit went back then. That shit turned me out. I was like, yeah. Not realizing
you had
like,
the juice.
but not realizing like I'm with a real live, real OG. You know what I mean? So long story short, after that it's on. Now when I get shot at the parking lot, I ain't had no pistol on me. Everybody, the whole story was I had a pistol on me. I never had. If I did, I'd have pulled it. So, you know what I'm saying? The Kroger parking lot situation. Everybody was there. It was like 100 deep. You know what I'm saying? Bruh shot me on some scary shit. Ended up hitting me. Damn near killed me. But long story short, after that, I was like, F it. You know
How
what I'm
old was
saying?
you?
I was what? 14?
I was in 8th grade. You was a freshman, bro, when that happened.
14.
Where you get shot at?
I got hit right here. That was the first one out of 6.
We was walking to the center. That was crazy. We was walking home from school. That was the craziest
I
shit I've ever
jumped
seen.
Ivy in school. You know what I'm
14
saying?
years old.
14. You know what I'm saying? 14. That's when I was laying on the ground talking about bury me a G and all this. And if it wasn't for my mom's, right, Dock Street right down the street, somebody Bubs went and got my mom, like, you know what I'm saying, told her I got shot. She pulled up. She seen I was tripping. She calmed me down. Like, baby, you gonna be all right. If it wasn't for that, I'd have bled out.
Yeah.
Y'all 100 deep, and you ain't got no pistol.
Nope.
Why he shoot you?
Because I was about to drop TJ. I was gonna sucker punch him because we arguing in the parking lot. Long story short, he thought I was about to do something to him. I was gonna bang him, and me and him was going back and forth for a couple years since then, fighting. You know what I'm saying, and whatever. So his thing was he had it with me more than anybody. So he aimed, took fire, closed his eyes, and popped.
It was personal with you.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
It was personal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, I'm a bullet magnet. So it caught me. Because it caught me right here because I was swinging. You know what I'm saying? So it caught me. I didn't even know I was hit. I think it was, I want to say my cousin. I want to say Brandy West she was like, Donald. And I turned and looked and she was like, because her eyes was this big, like huge. I'm like, damn. And it took like a couple seconds for the register. Like, I felt the blood bubbling up. Like, oh, I'm hit. You know what I'm saying? And then I started throwing up blood and fell out and all that. You know what I'm saying? But like that was 95. I think I got shot April of 95. So I was 14.
14, 15. Mm-hmm. You said first to how many?
Well, 5 more after that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. Bishop. Tupac. I mean, but people gonna understand why we say it. You know what I mean? Even though if they don't know you by the end of the story, like, well, that's why they saying it.
No doubt.
Like, they already, getting the origin or whatever. I know both of y'all, like, we talked about like loyalty and, and love and brotherhood. Where y'all think that stand right now? It ain't like it's not like we like a younger generation. Like, but y'all think that like, is this still a thing? You think people still value it?
I think people value validation more than loyalty nowadays. And I say that because I don't feel like nobody is being themselves. And if you're not being yourself, how can you be loyal to somebody if you're not being the real you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people are out here being something that they're not to impress the people they're trying to hang with. See, me and this man were friends because we had in common. We were from the same neighborhood. We played as kids. We built a brotherly bond throughout years. You have people who, like nowadays, you have people who hang with a group of friends 1 minute and then they're with another group of friends the next minute. That never was us back in the day, even with you know what I'm saying, in the grimies. Like, y'all been friends forever. I've been friends with him since I know him since I was a kid. I've been friends with Brown since I know Brown. JR, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Those been my guys. I knew JR since kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. People can't say that nowadays.
Nah. That's what I was saying when y'all first came in. Like, I know we rare.
Yeah.
And then I look at y'all, y'all, I ain't gonna say the next generation, but y'all right above us, and it's the same thing, but you don't see that.
Because validation kills loyalty.
No doubt. So my opinion is everybody takes whoever got the bag is king now.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So, and that's where everything get fucked up, because it'd be like, for us, it was all the rules of the old school applied to us. We was I want to say we were the last of the generation of the old school rules. No snitching.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Take it like a man. You take an L, you either get back or you eat that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying, you gonna make sure your man's in them is good. You never backstab your man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays it's about the bag, like, oh, dude might have snitched, but he ain't snitched on me. That never would have rolled in
that's
our day.
crazy. That's
Negative.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm saying this from the streets to the joint. And this ain't the Steubenville thing. This is
Everywhere.
what it is.
It's everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for real, I did 14 and a half years, 14 years and 9 months, if you really want to get all the way technical. So I done did generational. I did my first bid. I started my bid in 98, got out in 08, and then just went back in 21 and got out 10 days ago. So my is recent. This ain't no, I heard. This is what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers would be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He ain't tell on me, and or he ain't going to tell on me. What you mean? Once a rat, always a rat. You start ratting, you the police.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn how much money you got. I don't care if you got $1 billion or $1 in your pocket. If you're a real motherfucker, you're a real motherfucker. I'm going to fuck with you. But if I hear you telling, you know what I'm saying? But the new generation, and the way it is, it's like, well, it's always a caveat. You know what I'm saying? This is the generation of, I say it's a generation of antagonists. It's always a counter argument to somebody's fact. If you say the sky is blue, I'm going to counter back. Well, really, if you think about it, science says the sun and the moon, you know what I mean? Instead of just saying, you know what, you're right, and we're going to roll with it. Everything got to be fact-checked, or everything got to be a counteract to this is, and nobody's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's entitled to have an opinion, and they think an opinion is facts. An opinion is not facts. Facts is facts.
Exactly. Especially when you're talking about somebody's life and livelihood and being real. You know what I'm saying? That word real is so subjective. Well, back in the day, you know, that shit was solid. It was you either real or you not. Now it's he real, but
everybody got
no
a different.
caveat.
They got a different definition of real now, which is weird. I mean, it's it's their truth, whatever whatever they think real is, but it ain't just what we value. Yeah. But like what Loke said, with the internet now, you can literally be whoever you want to be. Yeah. Like you can literally transform into whoever you want to be. So if you want to be a gangster, you can say you a gangster, and people gonna praise you as such. Mm-hmm. You know, you got somebody in front of you that just said he did 14 years, 9 months of his life. He only 43. Mm-hmm. Said he got shot 6 times. 44? Mm-hmm. My bad. 44, shot 6 times, stabbed. We weren't getting all of that. But that's, you know what I mean?
And he telling you that because that's not what he value. He can take it back if he could. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to be educated. It's okay to talk proper. You know what I mean? Being yourself is what makes you unique. You know, like, don't look for validation and don't look for clout, because being yourself is going to take you where you need to be. Because if I knew that, I wouldn't have never been locked up. I would have never chose the path that I chose. I had a mother and a father that I loved very much, and they loved me, and they were always in my life. I chose the wrong path because I looked up to the wrong people. So with that being said, be yourself and do what you need to do to get yourself up out of any situation. It's always going to work, because love is love. Feel me?
And I'm glad you said that, because here's the thing. Like, even through all the I've been through, right? All the negative, all that, I still got my degree. You know what I'm saying? And I still have a beautiful wife and a beautiful child. You know what I'm saying? I still have opportunities out there that I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, get into. But my whole thing was, you don't have to go through what I went through to get to where I am. Because I said, there, to me, the way I think now is how much money I lost, how much time I lost, how much this, you can't quantify how much I lost. However, it looked good when you say, oh, he went from this to that. Yeah, but you ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? People think the only way to get to point A to point B is to go through. No, you don't. You recognize it and you go around it. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Memphis Bleak got a song called "There's No Such Thing as a Straight Path." That resonates with me, because there is no such thing as a straight path. There's going to be obstacles in your way.
Word.
If you can't go, it's like the Kids song. If you can't go over it, then you got to go under it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go around it. That don't mean you stop right there and you try to climb and keep falling down and keep falling. There's a way you got to think. And one thing I always did was I went off of impulse of, okay, then I got to make sure that they right and not think about self.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And it took me 40 years to realize that it's time to think about more than self because I had a daughter on the way. You know what I'm saying? And, excuse me, I had kids late in the game. You know what I'm saying? Which is actually a blessing because the way I was moving, the life I was living wouldn't have been able to cultivate a good, you know what I'm saying, future for my child because I was in a space where I couldn't understand being a real live father and thinking about my child first because I had them impulses of I got to do this because I'm a real. I got to do this because it's expected of me. And knowing that now my expectations lie on my daughter and my wife instead of just me changes everything. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because, like I said, I ain't just speaking, you know, I know you. Frontlining, like that's what you, in frontlining don't gotta mean fighting or shooting or nothing like that. You know, it could be like emotionally, like, you know, that's you the front line for your people. Like you always there for them to your detriment. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and it never stopped. Like, you know, even after, you know, you did the bid and you came home, you know, you was doing your thing as a man, taking care of everything, you know, straight path. That's you know what I mean? And I knew you having a daughter would actually do exactly what you said, bro.
Right.
And I love that, man. I love that for you. It's, you know, that's like, you know, we know every kid is a blessing, but that's God right there. Like, all right, bro, chill out. Like, you know what I mean? Here you go. And I love that for you, man. And I'm glad you're getting that opportunity.
Right. So before I caught my bid, right? So everybody knows what happened with Jerron. You know what I'm saying? That man, literally, my brother died in my arms. That broke me. But I didn't realize how much it broke me because I'm always the one trying to pick up the pieces. And I'm always the one trying to make sure I'm a avenge or I'm going to be the one that's going to make sure I make it right. However, what I failed to realize is making it right for me to where I could be able to get over that. And when I went to prison, I had to sit my ass down and really deal with those internal things that I had to get myself together with. Because even though I went to prison the first time I did TED, I stayed out for 12 years. However, I wasn't all the way out because when it got tight, I was going to bust a move. You know what I'm saying? And even with that, like, I still carried a pistol. If I, like, you know what I'm saying? I stayed out this way. But when I crossed Harding, that banger on me. You know what I'm saying? Because of what I used to do. And I'm thinking, like, I got to be on point. However, I'm not realizing, like, okay, listen, that shit is crazy. That's irrational thinking. So I didn't realize how much irrational thinking was controlling my life because I go to work and put on a lab coat and have a title and think I'm doing something. But when I clock out and I go home, I'm cool. But on the weekend, I'm in the Legion, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm around everybody that's doing something. So I'm putting myself around an element to where anything can go down. And that's what was the detriment. That was one of the you know what I'm saying, things that got me back into the situation of going back to jail. Because once it hit the fan, I reverted back to Ruckus. You know what I'm saying? I went from a married man and out the way to Ruckus. And bro was trying to, but you know what I'm saying? I could see the looks in everybody's faces like,
yeah,
bruh. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still like,
I'm watching it and I'm literally saying, bro, like, and I wish I could have like reached out and grabbed you, like, and like, bro, because it's literally real, you know, you're somebody I care about in real time. Like, I'm literally from afar, but I'm watching it.
Man, listen, I'm riding around with choppers, texts, nines, whatever. And it's whatever. Because that's the way I know when it reverts back to that. You know what I'm saying? I never been the one that's like, I ain't gonna half-ass when I'm in it. However, that was the problem. Because I've been away for so long from the element that trying to jump back in it and not know what's going on will end up being my downfall for this bid. But it's not just that. It's that I never really walked away from Ruckus. I never buried him. I just put him on the shelf in case, actually I put him behind glass, and if I had to break that glass, he coming back out. So a lot of people was like, they shaking their head like, there it is. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, what you mean? Like, this is what it is. Like, we gonna go. We gonna go. We gonna go. And it's like, no, you too old for that. There's no way in hell I should have got shot 2 days before my 40th birthday.
Well, listen, sometimes, like, you gotta understand, sometimes, like, trouble finds you even when you're not looking for trouble.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you might put yourself in a situation where you don't even know with some shit that's coming. So it might have not even been your fault though, man. You know what I'm saying? And also at that time, it was 2020 was going through the COVID shit. We all got laid off from work. You know what I'm saying? So we had to revert back to it's more than one way to skin a cat.
You still can't put in perspective how crazy those times was. Like that was like movie. Like that wasn't real life.
It was in real time too.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying? Like I lost my job. I went to work and lost my job that day. They was like, we have to close down. I didn't even know what COVID was. And they shut my job down. I was laid off until August. I was laid off from March until August. And I'm sitting here thinking like it took me months to even get the unemployment. You know what I'm saying? And Brody had got a plug on some smoke. And remember that? Like we was flipping out like pancakes. And I started reverting back to some old, I didn't even want to go back to work. Like it almost got me, almost got sucked in so I could understand what he's saying.
So the whole thing was like he said, like we were used to structure.
Yep.
That's the main thing when shit goes south. When your structure break down, if you used to, okay, boom, I go to work, I come home, take a shower, hey wife, how you doing?
Yep.
Let's eat. Da-da-da-da-da-da, boom, repeat. You know what I mean? You do that because, especially with like us, because we grew up in the hood. Like we grew up in the slums.
Yeah.
Like the 33rd is a slum. Like let's be 100.
It was fun, but we didn't realize
how
we was really growing up. Yeah.
Like, because our parents made sure
y'all didn't feel
we
it.
was
didn't
good.
see it. We didn't feel
But if
it.
you think about it, like you said, okay, so my house is across the street from the liquor store. Then there was 3 houses. Then them houses got tore down. So now you got a vacant lot. Then the house across the street got tore down. Then the state store closed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then behind us, them houses got torn down. And it's like, damn, we losing people we know in the neighborhood because, you know what I'm saying, it's fucked up, Reaganomics. And then it's like, okay, then it's like, all right, well, we go to school and we start seeing different people from different neighborhoods, but we like, this ain't the same as our shit. Because the 33rd is like, for real, it's like us in the projects.
That's it. That's it. It's from North Street. It's from North Street to the North End Project.
And ain't nothing in between. If you really think about it, 6th, 5th, all that. Because then you got the 3rd, like what, 3rd Street? That's
3rd Street and 4th Street. 4th Street, the high school.
Right. So like, you know what I'm saying? Once you get to that point, it's like, okay, well, all we got is us and all we got is the slums. So we got to go up on 7th to hustle. Because they ain't coming down to 5th and 6th and all that unless you got a trap house. We wasn't doing trap houses. We was on the block. We chasing cars down. We like it's 9 on one car.
Oh yeah,
When somebody pull
fighting
up,
for itself.
That's how I grew up in the
fighting
trap.
for itself.
It was like, and we talking about, I'm the little, you know what I'm saying? I'm 5'2", 125 pounds, like, and I can't fight the legends. Rest in peace, like Rashi. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in
like,
peace to a real one. That's
rest
a
in
real
peace to
one.
a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. What I'm gonna do with him? If he say that's my cell, I gotta fall the hell back.
Yeah.
But I'm out there and for real, back in the beginning, back when I was with your sister, I'm vamping.
Remember the Dorito bag?
What? Man, listen.
Remember the Dorito bag, bro?
White soap and Ambassador was my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we young. So,
we young.
So ain't no re-up. It went so I got with the older homies. They like, look, man, buy this for this. Buy a quarter. Now buy half. Now buy a whole thing. A half ounce. Now buy 2 ounces. Now come up. You know what I'm saying? Like back then it was like, okay, I got some shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
McDonald's.
saying? I done with the Ivy crew.
Yeah. Bought a headband from Dirty Man. Remember Dirty Man, bro?
Brother Donald.
Yeah, Brother DZ.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got me some fake FUBU. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm good. Like I'm Gucci. Like I'm fresh. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, all right, back to the vamp. Come back up. In the midst, you know what I'm saying? I'm buying pistols and shit like that because that's what I'm into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like the hustle was a little bit different.
And keeping that from your parents too.
Man, listen, you know what I mean? Man,
Yeah,
my mama
keeping that shit from your parents.
My mama cut a stash one time. She tried to flush the joint. I had to say, yo, if I don't pay this man back this money, he gonna kill me. So only reason why she let me get my work. And I flipped it, gave it to Ivy, and he got robbed.
Is Ruck still behind the glass?
So that's the thing, right? There is no more. You know what I'm saying? And here's the reason why I can say that and say it with a straight face. Because I took a lot of what they call in the joint CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. So it's not, so first off, let me say this. For anybody that has a loved one that's locked up in prison, prison is not going to help them. You have to go out of your way in prison to help yourself. Do not get fooled by the they put out there like they helping people get their together. What they doing is shipping and receiving. You know what I'm saying?
Getting money.
You come in, it's on you to find out what's going on, then you come out and then you fuck around and get caught up in the system and you come back. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was like I had to make a decision. I had to say, okay, do I want to be this dude that's putting life on an installment plan while I wake up one day and I got 25 years of prison time? Or do I want to tighten up and make sure I'm the best man I can be for my wife and child? Because I'm tired. It really took for me to get tired because obviously I wasn't tired. And an old head told me the day before I went home from my 10-year bid, because I went home from Trumbull Correctional. That's a level 3. And in a level 3, especially back then, people rarely went home because you got a lot of people doing life or crazy ass numbers. He said, you got another bid in you. And I looked at him like, you got me f***ed up. I just did 10 years in this crazy ass, man, what? I'm going to Atlanta. I got, a fiance. I thought I had my life together. And what happened? I ended up back in the bank. And it resonated to me when I got that number, when I got to Lorraine and they took my picture and I seen that new number. And I looked at my number like, damn, 780-243. And my first number was 366932. And I looked at the gap in between that time and I said, out of all that time, you ain't set yourself up that you could never come back to this. You bugging.
Bro, why you think the old head said that? What are you seeing in you?
Because he was me. This wasn't his first number. He had did several numbers. So he was where I am today, age-wise and time-wise. He saw me. One thing about the joint is you're going to meet somebody that reflects you.
Always an old dude, too.
It's always, and they might not say much, but you got to catch what they say. And they might not be walking the walk, but you got to catch what they say because they telling you what it is. It's up to you to either accept that shit and make a change or poo-poo that shit and fuck around and see them again or see somebody like them again and be like, damn, that's me. Because what fucked me up going back to the joint this time is how many people my age and around my age was locked up. And I'm like, we too old to be in this mall. And it was a similar, oh, this is my second number. This is my third number. I did 10. I did 5. And it's like, okay, you start adding it up. Like, okay, motherfuckers get 25 to life. 18, usually 15 to life. You know what I'm saying? Or 18 to life. And you start doing the math like, all right, well, I got 10 here. I got 4 here. I got 3 here. Damn, I did 18 and I got this much to go. And if I get out, I'll fuck around and catch another case. Now you doing life on an installment plan. Mm-hmm. So you ain't no more better than a dude that caught a case at 17 and got life. At least you got a chance to go out there and tighten up. And I deal with a lot of guys that I love, my brothers that got L's. And they, bruh, I've been going for 25 years. I've been going for 30 years. I've been going for 18 years. I ain't never get back out there and get another chance. You better not fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And that resident, and I talk to them all the time.
Yeah.
Because it only been home 10 days, or 11 days. But it resonates to me because it's like, y'all keep me grounded. Because I be sitting there thinking like, damn, I'm on the other side of that jail call. And I know if y'all was in my position, y'all ain't going to fuck up. So to put Ruck to bed wasn't difficult. Because to me, it's like, okay, bro, you got a decision. Do you want to be a tough guy and be a legend on the other side of things? Like, damn, this did this and that, and now he here, he either dead or he in union. Or you want to be a legend on, look, you show the youth how to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? You helping the youth. And that's why I started my nonprofit, the Butterfly Effect. Y'all see it coming soon. Trust me, I'm on it. But, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing is to try to teach kids how to stay out by teaching them financial literacy, by teaching them life skills that'll help them stay out of jail. Because it's easy to be like, don't do this. But how you show them the way not to do this if you ain't showing them an alternative? You know what I mean? And we do a lot of that. And it's like, okay, go play for the Broncos. Go play for Big Red. But what happens when they get in the off season? That's when they get in trouble. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, you know, such and such, he just rushed for 2,000 yards, but now his ass in the county.
Facts. It be like that too.
But what happened in between? You know what I'm saying? Nobody said, yo, go to college. You might blow your knee out, but at least you'll have a degree. You know what I'm saying? Or get the hell out of here and do this, do that, and third. You want to go to the NFL. How realistic is that? Don't kill their dream, but give them another alternative to fall back on. And how many athletes we know right now that they just aimlessly walking around or in a situation where it's like you never get your full potential because you was dependent on your athletic ability. Now that that's gone, you just running in place.
And even aside from the athletics, like, you know what I mean, the young kids in the streets now is, or you was wild, they wild. There's there's 30 of yous now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they wild.
Yeah, they wild. And they need to hear it, but they need to hear it from you.
The one thing I would say is this, man, I'm always reachable. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I love my nieces and nephews. I talk to them all the time. I try to keep them out of trouble. However, I'm not, so I don't know if people actually realize, like, there is a snap moment in a kid's life, a teen's life. Because once they get to the teenage years, that 13, 14, 15, 16, them is the most crucial years. And if you're not setting your child up for success at that time, you fuck around and lose them. Because it's so easy to be in the streets, and it's so glorified and it's so attainable as of in Steubenville, as of being like, oh, I can send them to, you know, here, and they get the, you know what I'm saying, they get what they need. So that's why I'm trying to get my off the ground, to be able to be like, look, here's an alternative. Here's people outside of Steubenville without any type of interest that'll help you get what you need. And I'm building that right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's way too much time to take up to talk in this situation, but it'll be on my Facebook page. But what I'm saying is, we look at lost causes. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, he too, his dad was so-and-so, his mom was so-and-so, he's too far gone because he got in one situation. But we don't say, you know what, okay, he got one situation, where do we go from here? I always say, the hell with the problem, what's the solution? What's the solution?
Yep.
What is the solution? You know what I'm saying? No shade on the churches, but that ain't working.
Everybody want to talk, but don't nobody got the solution.
Right, and then they don't want to hear no fake. Because people would get up there and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I used to do this, but you still doing it. You know what I'm saying? And these kids are smart enough to be like, man, you ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Or their mama be like, I don't know why they're talking like that. He was just in the 6. Now, mind you, I probably might end up in there tonight. However,
shout out to Smitty.
no doubt. However,
I got a feeling he going.
Right. However,
I just feel that way.
I ain't going, but he going.
Yeah, I know you ain't going. I got a feeling he
however,
there.
I might not. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not going to be in church on Sunday, sitting in the, you know what I'm saying, sitting in, not the pulpit, but in the first row, talking about, yes, Lord, I'm going to give you the 100. You know what I'm saying? So people fail to realize that when you separate religion from education, people say, oh, you can't do that. Nah, here's the thing. I don't care what you are, Christian, Muslim, Jew, whatever you might. Me, I'm comedic. So that's a whole nother demo. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself. Just like with my daughter, my goal is to make her become the best version of herself. Not what I want her to be, not what her mother wants her to be, not what society wants her to be. I want her to be the best version of herself. And if we start accepting that for our kids, instead of saying, I want you to go to Big Red, be a football player, I want you to be a basketball player, or I want you to do this, make them be the best version of themselves. If they skilled at math, well, hell, get them in some type of, what's it called, the STEM.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And cultivate that. You might not be good at STEM, but there's ways you can get to that. You know what I'm saying? To help them. Instead of being like, oh, well, I ain't got the time because I'm chasing this dude, or I'm chasing this broad, or I'm chasing this bag, or I'm chasing that. But you know what I'm saying? It's a detriment of your child. And it took me to become a father and to be older and to be locked up and see other kids. Here's a killer, man. This is the wildest I've ever seen. I'm in London Correctional. I seen a grandfather, a father, and the grandchild all locked up together.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
We talking 3 generations
All together.
And guess what?
Same joint.
In the same joint. Here's a real killer. Every single one of them is doing one of these. They doing the L. So you just killed off 3 generations of a family.
It's a cycle.
Like, it's over with. And I'm talking about, I ain't talking about no baby shit. I'm talking about 30 to life, 45 to life. Like, it's over with. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, touches your soul after a while. When you start getting in tune with self, you start thinking about that shit. Like, bruh, like, I'm really in a fucking insane asylum, and these people was never going home. And they looking at me to be the power, to be the source, to help. I can't turn that down, man. That's obviously my calling. So if I go against my calling, what's going to happen to me? I'm gonna catch it worse than anybody.
It is never too late, bro. It's
Hell
never
no.
it's never too late. That's what people be like, man. You can get your life together at 50. Like there ain't, long as you wake up, long as you breathing, you can right your wrongs or try to right your wrongs, and you know what I mean. Get yourself together.
What they say, better late than never.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's the internet or society will make you think that everybody got it together, or you supposed to have it together by 21. Like don't know in real life, people nobody has it together by 21. That's not real life.
Nah,
You know what I mean? But that's it's a portrait portrayed, you know, on the internet.
And I would never kick my child out when they 18 and 21. Get your shit
No,
together.
they're not ready. Yeah. I mean, that's just a fact.
Get your shit together. This ain't Leave It to Beaver. And on top of that, my whole thing was like this, right? So I had a good mentor. His name is Carlos Christian. He's on my Facebook page. He does prison reform. The man did 10 years, came in and started a program called Starts Within. You know what I'm saying? And we had blocks. It was a year-long program. So the first block was parenthood. The second block was financial. The third block was job readiness. The fourth block was entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? And then we had a graduation. So I was blessed enough to be the valedictorian of the graduation. And that's because I really put in to what I was, you know what I'm saying, on. When I came home, the man got me a job in 2 days because he knows what's going on. That's my brother, man. So what I'm saying is, like, when you put forth an effort to become better, you'll get a result. If you put an effort to be worse, you be me. You be Ruckus. Because every day I woke up, I'm like, how am I gonna be on some bullshit?
And you don't never know how ill a situation is. Because when I was in the joint, they used to make people take their GED. And like I was in the dorm, like 200 people, bro, and they would call people to go to GED classes. Out of the whole dorm, I was the only one that had a diploma. So that just made me realize I didn't have it as bad as people like say you do. Like I was just being a follower, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom and dad made sure I went to school and all that, you know what I'm saying? But to see that, bro, like people under 25 all having to take a GED. I'm 26. I'm the only one in the dorm with a diploma. That was crazy to me.
And our generation, first of all, having both parents is when I tell you maybe 5% of us,
Yes.
maybe both of y'all have both parents, you know what I mean, which is dope. Take it a step further.
Great parents. I had great parents.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Shout out Donald,
Take it a
man.
step further. Y'all had houses.
Yeah.
Most of them lived projects. You know, we was
yeah.
South End, Market Square, PVC, North End, Crab Boulevard. Like, but to be black downtown off the hill with two parents in a house, like y'all might have been, y'all could, even think about y'all homies or whatever. Like, there ain't too many like that. Like,
I'm gonna take it a step further than that. Not only that, we grew up in the era where everybody still looked out for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You couldn't make it down the block.
Yeah.
His mama, that whistle. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, we like
Miss
beer
Thompson,
cats.
yeah.
What's some joints? The ones
Hold
on
up.
the ground.
Hold
Hey.
on. Who had the whistle?
Miss Thompson.
Speed's mom?
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, listen.
When she whistle, I don't give a damn what we doing.
Hey, listen.
It's over with.
It don't matter how old you is either. I went and got my license renewed. And I was trying to sneak in there, and she was like, she hit me with the old school name. She was like, Ray Ray. I was like, yeah, that's me. Like, you know
I didn't know
what I'm
about the
saying?
whistle.
And then we
Yeah,
had,
the whistle was crazy.
then on my block, like I said, we had Buddy Buddy.
The doorbell too.
You know what I'm saying? We had,
Hold on. What's the doorbell, bro?
The doorbell. Listen, when you ring their doorbell, it sounds like you got electrocuted by. hey, listen. Hey, Bleeze, if you watching this, and Speed's already here. Listen, one day me and Dre Crossland went to the crib. Right, this is Dock Street. DC already know. Like, this is Dock Street. You ring their doorbell, it sounded like the rug was wet and you got electrocuted. Right? It was like it felt like Daffy Duck with the beak blown off, like when you rung the doorbell, bro.
Man, listen, when it was like you had rest in peace, Miss Johnny May. You know what I'm saying? That's Andre and Michaela's grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was on 6th Street, right?
Yep.
Don't, yeah, 6th
Right
Street.
there on 6 and Dock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You had my Aunt Lucky, you know what I'm saying? Their grandmother. So that Johnny May was their great grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And Sarnay and Tyra, their mom and aunt. Like, it was a family affair. You even had what was the ones that the drunks on the corner up the top? Like, we grew up in the era of where Tonka trucks are you up.
Word is ball,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like everything was metal and shit was dangerous.
Yup.
But they was gonna be like, hey, what the hell you think you do? You know what I'm
Yup,
saying? Like they
yup.
gonna make and they gonna
Yup.
be like, hey, Lynn, you know what I'm saying? Your son was da. And they not gonna catch offense to it. Our parents ain't gonna catch offense. I'm like, oh yeah, bring your you know what I'm saying? Like now you try to be like, hey man, I seen your son in the middle of the street, right? Don't be worried about what the hell my
That's
son.
how it is.
Yeah, bro, they do that. Like
That
you
nigga
do,
get hit by
yeah.
the city bus, then what?
Your son just cussed at me. Well, what you do to him to make him do that? Like that's
So what?
crazy. Like
And who was
you ain't his
Meatball, though?
daddy?
who's Meatball?
Yeah.
Listen, hey, look, man. The Meatball's been around since I was like 5. Like there was like 8 of them or whatever. Like
Come on, how do I don't know no meatballs, bro?
one of them was called Junior Meatball, bro. That's insane. Like that's insane. My line, dude.
No.
Yeah, bro. He's a
No.
dark skinned dude with blue eyes.
These
Like,
was black people?
yeah, bro. You know the Meatballs.
No,
like,
I don't, bro. Like,
hey, listen, I'm gonna look in the camera. If y'all
That's
acting like
Moms.
y'all don't know who the Meatballs is, y'all are
They
insane.
like, there's meatballs my age?
Yeah, no,
No,
yeah,
they-
you know what? They did. She did have a daughter. She was like she probably like she might be like 37 right now.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, I don't even listen because she not even here no more. Like I ain't trying to be like that. Like, but there's Meatballs. Like, bro, like that's crazy that we talking about the Meatballs and y'all thinking we lying. Like the Meatballs
Right.
was in the hood.
That's what I'm saying. Like the one thing about like that area, it was just different.
I do remember a meatball.
Yeah,
It was,
you can't say her name because she ain't here.
Yeah,
she ain't here no more.
Yeah, we're
Word
talking
is
about the same
ball, word
person.
is ball.
Yeah,
We gonna
word is
keep
ball,
her
yeah.
respectful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. We ain't gonna do
sure.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you're
you
right.
I told you.
I'm wrong for acting like I ain't know.
Yeah, yep,
Yeah, I'm
yep.
wrong.
You gotta remember, like, if you really going back to the original, like in the 80s, we talking about the late 80s,
Word is ball,
early
man.
90s, mid 90s. So we talking about when the Ville was probably at its height, you know what I'm saying, as far as population wise with us. And it's like before everybody started moving away or
The
whatever.
steel
whatever.
mill was still booming. at
Yeah,
the time,
like
yeah.
like you said, you still had Parkview Circle. That was still
Yeah.
the hood. That wasn't no damn Franciscan.
One way in, one way out.
Whoa. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
whoa.
you had all that, like that's when people start moving up on the hill. You know what I'm saying? Like it was different. Like it was so much interaction with people. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like when it was a North End, South End event, that shit was going down.
Yeah.
We talking about the days when you had Rest in Peace Poppy. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in
like
peace, cuz.
T was doing this thing. Rail was doing this thing. You know what I'm saying?
And they looked out
Brother
for all
just
of
got
us
popped
too.
was doing this thing. These dudes they was our Mitches, money making Mitches. They was our Ricos. They was our, you know what I'm saying? Like they was our
Piggy.
freeway rigs. You know what I'm
Piggy.
saying? Like they had the newest cars, they had the flashiest shit.
Yup.
We was in all they was superstars us because we from the
Yeah.
Ville. We don't have no NFL players.
Yeah,
Who,
Piggy
Mr.
had
Perry?
Piggy had the MPV when Ghost and them was talking about that. Like that
He
was
had-
ill to me.
He had the white one. Then Shane had the baby
Yeah,
blue
blue
one.
one, yeah.
And then J Hub had one. Chauncey had the tan one.
They had Land Cruisers.
What? Man, this is a true story. So you remember I was going back and forth from Atlanta because my brother stayed in Atlanta. When I got in trouble, they always sent me to Atlanta. So I was in the hood. But they always had the Freaknik. I was in the Freaknik. I was in 94, 95, and 96, and 97 to be exact. So when
You was there 4 years?
Hell yeah. And we talking about when I was a kid. So you talking
You
about
had a
mind
Jordan
blown?
run.
Listen, hey, listen, you talk about like culture shock. We talking about there was months I ain't seen a white person. You know, in the field, that ain't going down.
Right.
Nah, hell
but,
nah.
but long story short, Hub came down in, I want to say this was 95 or 96. He had the Lex Land. He had the Lex Land, the money green Lex Land.
I remember that
They
shit.
had a car show at the time it wasn't of course they got the Mercedes-Benz Dome now. But the Falcon Stadium, I think it was Fulton County Stadium, whatever the hell it was. They had a car show at the stadium. He pulled up in that Lex Land and shut down because they had never seen it before
In Atlanta.
in Atlanta. Like that's back when the 740 BMWs, it wasn't no 745s.
It wasn't no
and
760s
It was the
either.
740Is, and you know what I'm saying, the BMWs. Like if you had a 325, you was doing it then. This the mid 90s. He pulled up in that Lex Land and shut down. Because remember he had to customize. He had the gold trim on that bitch. From the Ville, bruh. And you remember he dressed like he was Tony Montana back then. He ain't wear this. He was wearing Crocs and crocodiles and linen and shit. They was going crazy. You know he had the little baby hair, old cute hair ass.
Had the waves.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Word
the
is born.
360s, yeah.
So motherfucker like, and I was like, damn, he from the Ville, and rest in peace, Prime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Terry.
Prime,
Steve
that's a
Terry,
real-
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace.
Real
He
one.
showed up. He had the Toyota one, and he was doing his thing down
That was
there.
like Sprite color, right?
Yes, and he had the
No, that was a Maxima.
Yeah, he had the Maxima
He had
too.
the Maxima, yeah.
Yo, he threw a party. Man, listen. Like I said, I was like 14 and 15. Or this might have been from 94 and 95. So I was either 14 and 15. Culture shock. I'm like, yo. And we talking about people from the Ville. And then Rail came down there, other people. So it was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Ville was putting on in a major city back then. We travel, and we travel well. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is the people that I was under that made me want to get to the bag. But then I had the banging in me, too. The banging came from your brother,
Yeah.
Claw, people like that. My older homies, they like, man, when you get out, you got to go full throttle. I took that shit to heart. So every day I was G'd up. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't blue, it wasn't true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know
was
you
on
want to
it.
take that hat. The hat, the hat had the red
Yeah.
check in it. Yeah, you wasn't going for
like
it.
I was true to that shit.
Bro, you know
what I'm
how
saying?
crazy that is to just not wear a color at that age. Like
What?
like my whole wardrobe was blue. Like I wouldn't wear red either. Like
Bro,
like,
I used to
I
be
hate Duke. I hate Duke. But I was wearing that blue devil.
Blue Devils. I would walk the Prologos. So people don't understand, like, y'all had the city, like, you know what I mean? Especially we off the hill. We wasn't
Yeah.
on the hill. We was off the hill. Like, you wasn't wearing red down there for real.
No.
So I like red.
Yeah.
So I I'll put on like a red shirt and I walk the Prologos. Now Market Square and Prologos is a 2-minute walk.
yeah.
And this is a fact. This is all facts.
All facts.
From Market Square to Prologos, I guarantee you, I heard, man, you got that dead on at least 4 times. Y'all laughing because y'all know that's what it was.
Hold
Like,
on. I'm going to tell you how real it is, though. But if we're going to go before that, we're going to go 93, 92. If you walked to Pelagos and came over with a bag of Doritos, yo, son, what the fuck, son? You got that dead? You got that fucking poor kid?
Yeah, yup.
a
I
red
never-
bag of Doritos.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
Yeah.
This shit changed my whole trajectory of life. I'll never forget. It was Jabri and who was he with?
He probably was with Born
I was
and
gonna say it was Born. Me and Ivy come out of Pelagos. I got the blue bag, Doritos, Cool Ranch, fresh joints. Just open them up. I'm happy to them off. They smacked that shit in my hand like, yo, son, that shit is pork, God. Like, that's now Cypher. I'm like, hey, what the hell is you talking about? B, these is banging. Like, they like, nah, son, like, yo, kid, like, yo, B, like, wait, you from Steubenville. What are you talking about? Yo, B, like, what's today's mathematics? I don't know. Shit, 1 + 2 is 3. Like, I'm confused. Like,
Hey, but look though, keep it all the way 100 though. We had 5%ers in the hood. None of us eat pork.
I ain't ate pork since 93.
Listen, it's because of them. And listen,
Facts.
and no matter how much we say this and that, and how much we was on that gangbanging shit, like that gave structure too. Like we had
Facts.
5%ers in the hood. Like you had people coming up telling you like you original black man. Like you know what I'm saying?
Who
like,
was it?
For
All
me,
of
for
them.
me, it was the General Wise. He lived up the street from me. You know what I'm saying? And he would always drop knowledge. And you know what I'm saying? I used to always go to Supreme Studio, Wise Guy Studio, you know what I'm saying? And Fourth, you know, through Kareem, you know what I'm saying? Like I will always hear knowledge every here and there. But like at that time when you young, you're not realizing what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Because what you go through as a kid in Steubenville, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Like when you go through a kid in Steubenville, it's like you getting treated different because this student is white. Like me playing basketball, I understood that certain people started before me on the basketball team because of who their parents was.
The last name.
And that last name. Or because they were just white. You know what I'm saying? And I accepted that, and I just thought that was normal. You know what I'm saying? But then when you got the guys in the hood telling you like, bro, you a king. You know what I'm saying? You original man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you get to thinking like, damn, I'm more than what I think I am. I'm more than what Steubenville is telling me that I am. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm thankful for them for that. You know what I'm saying? Like shout outs to the 5%ers. Like I'm thankful for that. They gave us structure. Like they was telling us that when we was 14. Like he said, like the story. But Wise was really on it though. Like Wise, like he would really tell you that type of thing. And you know what I'm saying? You would see Preem and You know what I mean? Like a lot of those guys, I really can't think offhand, but like praying forth, like they would really tell you that, like, you know what I'm saying? And that meant a lot. You know.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because here's the two sides of the coin, right? So I was blessed enough to have both sides of the coin, and with the banging side of things being a, you know what I'm saying, representing the crip. So here's the thing about that: it taught you about community. It taught you about what, you know what I'm saying, the movement. We was all together. We moved as one.
Yeah.
And there was rules and structures. And, you know what I'm saying? So it might not have been the best delivery because we was banging. And what I learned through the years of doing bids is I started really learning the history. Because back then there wasn't social media. It wasn't easy to outreach to people to Cali or whatever. So a lot of the shit we got wrong. You know what I'm saying? We got the flag to the right.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? We got
left.
GD literature. You know what I'm saying? We got different things going on that wasn't actually to the truth of what was going on. So it took for me to get locked up and to get around real, you know what I'm saying, Crips from real sets to like break that wasn't chastising me. They like, nah, look, this is why we do this. This is why we do this. This is how your whole hood, the whole Blue Devil movement originated. People don't know Blue Devil was the first gang. It was the first set outside of Cali to be sanctioned by Cali, because it was sanctioned by Rolling 20s, it was sanctioned by 8 Trays, and it was sanctioned by Shotguns. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the real history of that. However, we didn't really get that until later, because it was, you got to remember, like you said, our OGs was 4 years older than us.
Who brought it here?
Lil Keena. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the big homie. That's always forever the big homie.
Yeah, for sure.
You know
Free
what I'm saying?
him.
Like, free him. That brother been down way too long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he got bagged early. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't even get a chance to really give us what's going on, because Keena been gone for what, 30 years?
Yeah, 30. He
know
got
what I'm
30
saying?
at 30 to life or something.
Yeah,
Like that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so we really didn't get it, but we did with the best that we could with it. So I'm not mad at anything that we did as far as running up under that. We just didn't know better. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got older and I expanded. I understood what was going on. Now being older, I might not be this, I'm not banging, but I know the truth. So I can teach the kids this. If you want to be on that, I'm not condoning it. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm not going to tell you to. However, know what the hell you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't look stupid. Because there's a lot of that YouTube banging going on and people don't know what's really what.
That can get you killed for real.
Anywhere outside, you get outside of the Ville and you get locked up, that shit get real. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers gonna press down on you like, who's your homie? Who's your big homie? Where you from?
Mm-hmm.
Your big homie ain't saying, oh, it's so-and-so from my city and it's, you know what I'm saying, my city is from 33rd or from the Hilltop. Now you got to say, you know what I'm saying, what, you know what I'm saying, East Side Long Beach.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, 19th and Lewis. You know what I'm saying, who's the big homie? Lil Half Dead. Or other ones. That city is real. And I had to learn that through my travels of, you know what I'm saying, being in there. And then on the GOD side. So, you know what I'm saying, in full disclosure, when I got locked up, when I went in, I was still banging. However, like I said, I still had my, from the older.
This when you was 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So from the older brothers, they would teach me the, you know what I'm saying, knowledge of self. So they pulling up on me like, what's today's mathematics? You know what I'm saying? What's A in the alphabet? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and they like, here go to 120. You know what I'm saying? Here go to Supreme Alphabet. Here go to Supreme Mathematics. Learn that. I'll be back in 3 days. You better know what is going on. So I started learning. I started getting in tune with self. Like you said, like getting in tune with self, like really the stuff that they was instilling in us and like how to know, I know I'm the black man. I know I'm the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
I know I'm the son of man. I know I'm the, you know what I'm saying, G-O-D. But being able to actually express that and know what it is, that I turned it up another level. However, being that my case was revolved around, you know what I'm saying, the general, you know what I'm saying, it was like, it was a love-hate relationship with that, and I had to step on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all definitely ain't about to do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I might be from the Ville, and y'all might not know me, but y'all gonna get to know me. You run up on me. I put on for the Ville. Like, let's be real. When I got back, all these so-called tough, when they took the guns away from him from here, it was calling Stupidville. I hit him in the head with a bat in Lorraine in 1999 because the was like, you from Stupidville. You know what I'm saying? And it was some I'll let them remain nameless that Tuck can tell. And they out there with me. And I'm looking at you like, and they like, I said, you gonna let these say that? Man, it's too many. I'm used to that. I'm like Leonidas. I'm used to being outnumbered. I'm the little nigga. I went in the joint at like 150. You know what I'm saying? Soaking wet, 18. Like, I still ain't gonna let nobody disrespect my city. I do this Ville shit. I put on for the Ville. You know what I'm saying? No matter where I'm at, I'm gonna put on for the Ville. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put on because we got something going.
Yeah, the Ville give you
the
that.
The Ville is real.
The Ville
you know
give you that attitude, you know what I'm saying? Like you know how you meet somebody and they're like, I'm from New York. Like you go anywhere in the Tri-Valley, man, I'm from Steubenville. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just got that attitude. Like it give you that, like, cause you know you've been through so much here, and you just feel like nobody else been through what you've been through, and you just be like, man, I'm from Steubenville, man. Like you it don't matter where we at in Ohio. Like
I worked in Monaca at the Beaver Valley Mall, you know, close to Aliquippa and everything. You know, we from here, we hear Aliquippa this, Aliquippa that. They come in the store and you know, where you from? Like, I'm from Steubenville. They be like, damn, I heard it's crazy down there. Y'all from Aliquippa. You know what I mean? But you say Steubenville. Man, I love Steubenville. Like you said, and I know you know how I feel. I know you feel the same way, bro. Like
to the death day.
I'm never front on Steubenville.
Me either.
Like life is what you make it, no matter where you are. Like life is what you make it. You know, people blame Steubenville for their problems. Like, no, people flourish here.
But here's the crazy shit about me, right? I know Atlanta better than I know the Ville.
That's crazy.
I literally like
nuts.
You could drop me off anywhere in Atlanta, I can get there. But in the Ville, like this, I had to GPS it. Like for real, cause
too many one ways, huh?
Not only that, but you got to remember, like I said, my teen years was spent going back and forth. And then when I got locked up, I missed 10 years of being here. Then when I got out, I went straight to Atlanta.
Yeah, but
I didn't
we ain't had no reason to be out
my
here.
30s.
We ain't had no reason to be out here. Like there was nothing for us out here. Like where we at right now.
Off the hill, for real, like definitely off the hill. I'm like,
yeah, there wasn't nothing for us out here.
Remember being like 15, 16, being on Maryland side for the first time? Bro, like one street go one way, other
lost, straight up lost, bro.
Lost, hoping we don't get ran up on.
Yeah, lost.
Yeah, first time being up there was crazy.
Right, but what I'm getting at is like a lot of people don't understand. Like they think like because a dude was this on the street in the Ville, that translate to the joint, and it didn't. However, I made sure you gonna feel the presence of the Ville. You know what I'm saying? I got brothers like dudes I call brothers from Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton, Akron, Canton, Springfield, Middletown, anywhere in the Ville, anywhere in Ohio, definitely Youngstown. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere in Ohio, they know about the Ville because I told them and I showed them an example of what we about. I wasn't no sucker. So they was like, oh, okay, damn, that's how y'all get down? Yeah. And I always tell them, y'all think shit sweet? Come down there and find out. I ain't got to tell you nothing. Come down there and find. I said, you're going to do two things. You're either going to come down there and get fucked around, or you're going to come down there and start a family.
So I went to school in Kent. You know, so if I'm going back to Steubenville, I'm going back to the hood.
Yeah,
like, that's what we said.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to the hood this weekend.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, hood, like you from Steubenville? I'm like, yeah. Like,
come find out.
They thinking cows and only thing I always said, bro. Come down here and see,
yeah.
And to see it didn't, and I ain't glorifying nothing, but to see if you make it back up there.
Yeah, come
down here and say it.
Yeah, come down here and say it's a farm down here.
Listen, a lot of people come down here and don't make it home. And it don't make it right, but it's a fact. Like a lot of people come down here and don't make it home.
But even with that, you will never find nobody that came to the Ville like, oh, it's whack. Period.
Oh, they love it.
They love it. They love it.
It's fun to them.
Like for real, like they'd be like, "Oh man!" Even the people I met was like, "Oh, I came down there one time, bro. They like, y'all got that one load. This that y'all I went to the bar and I went to this and I met." And they be like, "Yeah." They be like, "Man, it was live down there." Like, yeah, because I always said Steubenville is a city. It's a small city with big city problems.
Yeah,
like we are a microcosm of any big city in America that you could think of. Like whatever you got going on in a big city, we got going on in the Ville.
Straight
Whether it be gangs, drugs, corruption.
Anything you got going on, you said it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's always you can find it in a 2-block radius. Like I tell them dudes in a big city, I said y'all can run from one side to another, and nobody will catch up with you. In the Ville, you take a left and a right.
It's 3 blocks long.
Like I know where your mama live, I know where your baby mama live, I know where your uncle stay, your auntie, your side piece. You can't get away from me. If it's on, it's on.
The homie EJ, be in Columbus repping the Ville hard. You know what I'm saying? And like sometimes he get Sometimes he get that reaction like, oh, it's like that down there. Sometimes he get that, oh, it's crazy down there. You know what I'm saying? But you got people who move from here. They gonna rep it regardless. They gonna rep it no matter where they at.
No matter where
You
they
got
at.
that pride, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing.
I don't know where we at in time, but I don't really care, man. You know, it's a vibe. We're gonna keep going. You asked me what you asked me about.
Who your favorite rapper in the Ville?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Brock, my favorite.
No, I'm saying right now.
Oh, right now, Pun.
Block Boy Pun.
No doubt.
Fire.
Yeah,
Shout out to my family.
Yeah.
bro, Pun. I like a lot of them. I don't want to shortchange nobody.
Yeah, me either.
Because I like GB, and GB's hustle was crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out.
But Pun.
Pun,
like,
Pun got it.
He different.
He got it. He different. He definitely different, and I think he got what it take to put the Ville on the map. Bro.
I do too. I don't know how serious he take it.
Yeah.
He got the charisma, man.
Yeah, he do.
His
Not just
delivery,
the flow and everything. He got that, like you said, like that's the deciding factor is like that charisma to be able to be.
Yeah.
That shit translates.
Yeah, because that mixtape is bananas. Like
the last one.
Yeah,
it's
the
crazy.
Last one, bananas.
It's crazy.
Crazy. The song, matter of fact, the song he got will ball out.
Crazy.
That's the best song on it. Like,
but my joint is Preach.
Yeah.
BB preach to the streets when they say you want to listen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan, bro. Like,
I even go back. You can even go back to when like he did the song with Gleesh. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it was a song that they had put out on YouTube.
I heard it.
Yeah, that.
I heard it.
Yeah, over the
yeah, the video to it.
Closer to My Dreams beat. Yeah, bro, that was crazy, bro.
Brother, the song, what's it called? Yay?
Yeah.
I'm a Pun fan, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Pun,
Definitely.
Pun, he probably don't even know.
Yeah, Pun, keep doing your thing, bro. Like we with you, bro.
I know I can spit a 16-bar Ray Loke verse right now. Swear to God, right here to God. And I'm not going to do it. From every bar for bar from 1997, like that's how much time we spent together, like doing that rap thing.
Facts.
Your favorite all time?
My all-time favorite, I'm gonna have to go with my homie Brock, man. And equally on the same level, I'm gonna say Hoff.
Same.
Hoff and Brock on the same level. I'm not putting one as two and two as one. On the same level, Brock and Hoff is like my favorite of all time in the Ville.
I told you, Brock is my favorite. It's his flow. He was like skating on beats. I'm gonna ask y'all both though. Y'all remember Roy Fuller being nasty?
Oh yeah, for sure. Wicked.
Roy Fuller days.
Yeah, Wicked. Yeah, Wicked.
No.
Yeah, he was nice.
Nice.
He was nice.
He
was super nice. Yeah.
Like up there with anybody.
I got one more for you though. Jamie Reed.
Oh, Sneak Sinatra.
Sneak Sinatra. Everybody.
Hold on, man. Yeah, let me rewind that back, man. Sneak Sinatra is probably one of the illest freestylers I ever heard in my life. Like he could freestyle for 20 minutes and not mess up.
Yeah, he liked that.
He liked that.
I got one more for y'all. You don't remember Marvin?
Oh, Marvin from the Yo.
I remember Marvin.
Impact, man.
Marvin was smooth too.
Marvin was dope.
People don't know we was a group at first. We was double impact.
Yeah, Marvin Royal, bro.
I can't rap like that, but
Marvin
was my raps. But
Marvin
we had a little demo.
Yeah, he was smooth.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember Hicko?
Oh, Hicko, yeah, one man. Yeah, he was nice. He was nice, definitely nice.
Shout out to Raw Intellect too.
Yeah, Raw Intellect, heck, Donut, shout outs, bro.
Yeah, bro, Raw Intellect, that no anesthesia again.
Oh my God,
like,
Verb,
bro.
Oh
into the room and doing toxic fumes up in the wombs.
And matter of fact, on the Dean Martin song, Heck went so nuts on that whole song.
He went crazy
man.
on there too.
Who you know the flow more crisper than that Christopher. Like, bro, he was crazy.
Yeah.
Verb said on there, he said, "You thought I sweat, throw a towel in my mouth like Tarkanian?" I raps that over my head like Israeli.
Yeah,
he went crazy on that.
Yeah. Cracking bones up in his shoulders. Like, he said, what'd he say? Enter the room of doom, toxic fumes, open your wounds.
I flip scripts to read the tunes, the clone, the silver spoon, Silversmith the lyricist. Be aware of this. Mental terrorist, assassinator of your arrogance. Yeah.
My killer combat goes beyond that. Yeah. That was fire.
That was my introduction to rap. I want to do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
My introduction to rap what probably made me start rapping is weird though, cause bro, like, you know how people used to get those they used to subscribe to the Columbia House records and you would get those like 16 CDs and shit, right?
But you had to send them joints back.
Bro, listen, you had to send them. We never sent them back. So my brother Wook, shout out to Wook, man, he had got one, and in the that he got was like a national treasure. It was 36 chambers. the Infamous was in there, Outkast, and Nas. Like, I'm like, bro.
So this was 96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to Nas, Mob. Actually, the Mobb Deep is who really got me rapping for real. Like when I first heard Shook Ones, and then I heard It Ain't Hard to Tell. That's when that pen came out. Like I'm like, yo, like I ain't never heard nothing like this before. Like, cause you know, like Daddy Kane and G Rap was probably my favorite rappers in the '80s, and KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? But then when I heard that that Mafia rap, that
Cool G Rap is really like the godfather of that that mafioso. Yeah.
So,
exactly.
So I'm gonna tell you how I got my evolution in hip hop. So Cool G Rap, then he had that Ill Street Blues.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Because you got the Ill Street Blues.
Yeah.
When he said up, and the weight clown, buck, take the what you want the way down.
Yeah.
That right there, because I think Mobb Deep used it as a hook. I'm gonna get to that. Then it was Nas, Live at the Barbecue.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when I got
the
the nasty Nas.
Snuffing Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So then after that, you know what I'm saying, we went to, you know what I'm saying, I started, I'm not really the biggest Jay-Z fan, because I'm Nas. I'm a Nas fan.
Yeah, all day
My wife
long.
hates it, but it is what it is.
All day
you know what I'm
long.
saying? Nas is my man, and Mobb Deep, and for real, shout out, rest in peace, Spanky. He played Mobb Deep so effing much. Riding down the street in that damn blue, what the hell was that? Not the Delta 88, because I had the gray Delta 88. He had the blue.
He had the blue.
Park Ave.
It wasn't a Park Ave. It was like a Regal.
This
type.
before he got the Trans Am and all that.
Yeah, this was like a blue Regal type. Yeah,
he played that Mobb Deep over that Juvenile Hill and that
Infamous.
Infamous.
Yeah.
So I knew every word just by hearing him going around the Ville. Like that, and he, to me, he was Prod.
Yeah.
Like, cause they had that same little mark on their eye.
Listen,
like,
I'm gonna say this: Spank and Jamal from Flip Mode, from Def Squad, look
who the
dead
fuck
on each
said
other.
Jamal fade them off?
Bro, I used to swear
I
him.
flip lyrics on and on like a light switch.
Yeah, he looked dead on
Bro,
Spank.
that's the
Facts.
first instrumental I did in your crib.
Yeah,
was it
I had
Jamal?
that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Jamal.
Raw
Yeah, you
ass
remember that?
Yeah, word is born.
that was
bro.
a raw ass
Yeah,
beat.
that's a raw ass
it was
song.
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that hip hop back then, that's like our parents, like when they used to listen to the Isleys and Marvin Gaye, they would say that was that feel good music, right? That was our feel good music. You know what I'm saying? Because it took us there, and like, you know what I'm saying, just listening to Mob, Temperature Rising, and
Ooh,
Prodigy spitting the verse about how his man on the run for a body, bro. Like that was crazy.
I mean, I think, it's just subjective, my opinion. The Infamous is one top 3, and it ain't 3 best rap albums of all time.
Fact.
For sure.
From
Fact.
cover to cover, it's amazing.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Especially on the group side. So to me, this is just me. On the group side, you got Mobb Deep, the Infamous.
Yep.
Then you got that first Dog Pound.
Dog Pound, hard.
Then you got the first Outkast, that Southern Playalistic.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, every one that they had was a classic, but that Southern Playalistic
I
changed
agree.
the game. Then on the other group side,
You also got to throw EPMD in that shit.
I was going, yeah, no doubt, but I was going to say Nori and Capone
Called definitely
Noriega.
War
CNN.
Report.
That's
The
CNN,
War
that
Report.
War Report.
That War
like if you
Report's
go by
crazy.
them 3 right, listen, if you put them in your playlist right there, our age group, ain't no telling what you might do for the night. You might go work out for 3.5 hours, or you might just get nostalgic.
That War Report, you put me on.
Yeah,
it was
that
Miss Terry had the Elks dances. The TONY came on.
That
And they went crazy in there.
Listen,
I wanted to know.
Yeah.
That touched me so hard, right? And I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Q. You know what I'm saying? Quincy, my brother. When he passed,
Rest in peace, bro.
I played that.
If your heart
Live
stopped
Long,
beating, I
Live-
go back in
yes.
time. Yeah.
I played that the loop
again.
from when we left, you know what I'm saying, the church all the way to after we got to sit. Like that shit just resonated with me. Like to this day, if I hear that song, I'm ready to drop a tear. But the song is so live because it's like that's what we was living. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, you talk about the soundtracks of your life. That's one of them. You know what I'm saying? Pac, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's something about that era of music, and maybe because I'm an old head, but it was the substance that touched you and created moments.
It's the soundtrack to your life.
Yeah.
So you can hear one song and remember exactly where you was in your life and what you was doing.
Yeah.
Oh man, boom! When this was out, we was at the fan club.
Yep.
Like you know what I
the
mean? Like
fan
that's
club.
just how music
Yeah, like he was
to
saying
us.
Outkast. As soon as he said Outkast, first memory come in my head. The homie Brock had the headphones on, listening to you know what I'm saying, Southern Playalistic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not me just still being stubborn and listening to Nas. I don't want to hear that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Brock was our music guy. Like Brock was the one who brought the new music to the forefront.
He had this, man. He because he was so far into the
lyrics
and into
yeah.
the you know what I'm saying? Like he probably knew about 16s before he really realized 16s.
He put me on the Jeezy. He put me on the Jeezy. Like a lyricist like Brock put me on the Jeezy.
He had an ear for everything.
He got an ear for everything.
And here's the crazy thing about the Ville, right? So even with that, like when the whole East Coast, West Coast, Tupac, Biggie shit popped off. So if you was on the banging shit, you was riding with Pac.
Yeah.
If you was on the Yo Son,
It's riding with
Round
Big.
with them.
you know what I mean? And it really divided the Ville.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember being in the Chateau, and it was a party at the Chateau, and they played Biggie, and it was me, and I want to say like I think it was Pookie. You know what I'm saying? Like the homies. I was gonna say the homies, the young homies, and they played some Biggie, and we was all like Biggie, like, but it was no disrespect to Biggie, but we riding with Pop because it's the West Coast.
And he was screaming West Side.
Right,
West
and we
Side.
in Ohio,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have no connection to
Bro,
either
I
or
remember.
for real.
I remember, bro.
Like that shit
I hated
really
y'all.
touched us.
Like, but and I didn't. I loved it. And then let me explain.
I did.
Y'all know I loved y'all.
Yeah.
But y'all had y'all had everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, man, just all right, man. I'm gonna wear red. Because y'all was, I mean, there was so many of y'all. Y'all had it on
Yeah,
lock.
but there became a point in time. A lot of people in the city didn't like us.
Yes.
And as a kid, being a 16-year-old kid and knowing that half of the city don't like you because of that you're doing or, you know what I'm saying, who you affiliated with, man, that kind of take a toll on you because you go to school with people and you falling out with people you knew since grade school. You know what I'm saying? Like you, like that's when I learned in life you have to pick sides. That's where loyalty come into play. Like a person who don't pick sides, I cannot with you. There's a point in time you have to choose a side.
Straddle the lines.
You can't straddle the fence.
Switzerland.
Which is crazy because if you really want to get technical, before BRC and the KMK beef, like the whole with we just gonna say the Chicago kids, right? So the whole started over Ty Lee. I don't know if people know this. Ty Lee was down on Fifth Street in front of the infamous house.
This Oob's nephew, Tally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy Tally.
They jumped on him because they thought he was older because he was talking. Because Ty Lee was always
Always
bigger.
talking. Yeah.
So me and Oob went down there to confront them and popped off. Now, that had nothing to do with everybody else. It was just the little we had going on. You know what I'm saying? And then it escalated. But they was getting into it with the project kids. You know what I'm saying?
South End. Yeah.
So we all clicked up. We're not going for that. But it evolved into somehow we end up beefing. It became BRC versus KMK.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then Kev and them jumped me in school. That's when it really escalated. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when it really, really escalated.
They had Jump Shark too at the center.
Yep. So like when shit escalated, that started the BRC and KMK beef. But however, it was all fight. Wasn't no pistol. Then I got a little wild and motherfuckers know not to run up on me. You know what I'm saying? Now shout out to Shelton. Me and him fought like 9 times. You know what I'm saying? Shelton Coleman. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know what I'm saying? We fought like 9 times. Like that was the only real live one-on-ones. Other than that, it was like
Shelt was with them.
he was BRC.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was BRC. Him agony. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ag, man.
Ag was
That's
Ag
another
was
one
like
of my favorites, Ray.
Yeah, me too.
He was like Andre the Giant back then. He was so big.
Yeah.
How I felt, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then shout out to Bootsy. Like he saved me because me and somebody else got at Drew after school. Like got at him.
I
like,
remember.
Yeah,
those the days though, bro.
So the next Monday I go to school, they like, yeah, you know they gonna get you, right? I'm like, man, I ain't. So I go up on the 3rd floor So I go up on the third floor. As soon as I turn the corner, is Kev. He like, you know, Kev back then was built like a damn.
And we just seen Kev today.
Right. But back then he was built like Mr.
Fucking
Atlas.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah. So I'm like, I gotta go to him. I look behind him, and it's Ag. I'm like, he 3 times my size. Then behind him, Drew. So I'm like, all right, bet. I had a butcher knife on me. I'll never forget.
Bro, I never forget this story. Everything you said, I remember this story
that, right?
too. Yeah. You had it in your book bag.
And real loud talk. Jessica S. Took my was like, no. Took my butcher knife, right? So I'm like, all right, f*** it. I took Clarence West karate. It is what it is. So Kev run up on me trying to dump me. You know what I'm saying? Because he Mr. Wrestling and shit. I bag up, 2-piece. Bootsy come out of nowhere. All I see is Ag slide across the floor. You know what I'm saying? Drew then disappeared somewhere. Maybe I get the story wrong or disrespect. And then he came and grabbed Kev and put him in the motherfucking chokehold. And I got to working.
Shout out to Boosie, man. Love you, man.
So Mr. Keenan, they take us to the office. Mr. Keenan, like, I'm about to call the police. We beat Mr. Keenan up in the office. That's how I end up at JVS. And that's how me, Brandy, Raina Herring caught the bus every day going out to JVS. And that's when I got caught with the gun in school at JVS.
Yeah, I think you might have been the first person to get caught with a gun in school in the Tri-Valley, bro.
That's when they sent me to Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was my, it was either that or go to DYS.
Yeah.
You know
DYS wasn't where it was at either.
Shout out to Judge Henderson. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was, because he knew my mom's, because he worked for the mayor. You know what I'm saying? She worked in the mayor's office so long. He was like, look, this is the one thing I'm going to give him. You got to send him to somewhere else. My brother, you know what I'm saying, JD, stayed in Atlanta. So I'm like, shit, next thing you know, I'm on a flight to Decatur.
I want to give you an opportunity because I seen it on social media. Mm-hmm. You were shouting out your wife,
man,
for holding you down, bro. And again, you know, we talk about rare, black love, black marriage. Specifically, it gives people hope, whether you know it or not, and because it's rare, and when you know, when people see it, they aspire to do it, and you know, y'all always been goals, but I seen, you know, you were showing her love for holding you down. I want to, you know, definitely give you this opportunity on the podcast to shout your wife out and your daughter.
No doubt. So, first of all, you know what I'm saying, that Facebook post, it can't do justice, man. We talking about when I left. So first of all, rewind. When I got bagged for this case, they charged her with an MDO, bruh. They charged her with an MDO. You know what I'm saying? Mandatory 10 years and then whatever else behind it. You know what I'm saying? Just to get at me. And I remember, I'll never forget. So I'm like, you know, I ain't going to let you go to jail. And they offered me like 12 years or something like that. I said, man, for you, I'm going to do it. Now, mind you, we didn't, it wasn't until I bonded out that we conceived Lyric. So at the time, I'm like, yo, I'm never, you know what I'm saying? I'm raised right. I'm not going to let you go down for some you had nothing to do with, because she never knew. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what people might have in their head, but she didn't even know what I was doing. As far as she knew I was doing, it was, you know what I'm saying, the trees. She ain't know I was, you know what I'm saying, rocking with all that. She like, you got up. Like, we going to trial. I'm like, yo, we in Steubenville. They don't care that you ain't got nothing to do with it. You black. You're going to jail. So, long story short, you know what I'm saying, she was ready to go to trial, knowing that we could around and blow trial just because she wasn't about to let me go down for some like from 12 years. I ended up taking the plea bargain to get her city, you know what I'm saying, expunged. And I do that 90 times out of 90 times to make sure that she good. But bruh, she held it down. Phone, listen, we had it to a T. Every day we talked at least 3 times a day on the phone. You know what I'm saying? There was always money on the phone. She always answered the phone. There was never no shit. If I needed something, she had me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is beyond anything that I ever deserved. You know what I'm saying? And this is, hell, all that. Before I even got in, you know what I'm saying, bag, she is, you know what I'm saying? They say, if you find a wife, you find what's right. There's no doubt. I can never find a equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? I can never find no one that's more conducive to my life and it can improve me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, people don't understand that she went through before me. And to be able to share that shit and open her heart to me, I'm forever indebted. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, she's the mother of my child, and she is the greatest mother ever, like, hands down. And she was afraid to be a mom because she didn't know what she would be. And she ended up becoming more than I could ever imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about me as far as when it comes to me and Lyric. However, she was able to do that because she's smarter. That she knows how she's advanced is because of my wife. Because she sits down and does the reading and response with her. She does the, you know what I'm saying, writing her name. All that, she put the heavy work in while still maintaining the job, while still maintaining her sanity and still making sure I'm straight. So I'm forever indebted to her. And to be honest with you, when I married her, it wasn't about knowing that was going to happen, but I could see it in her. You know what I'm saying? And she saw in me what she saw in me. So we can never, there's nothing that can ever break us. You know what I'm saying? Like, our bond is forever Teflon to the death. And I love her with all my heart, and she loves me with all her heart, even though we got flaws and we work through it. And I want people to understand, like, just because you get married doesn't mean that you change. You got to change with marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because when we first got married, it was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
It's hard work.
It's hard work.
Hard as hard as
You know,
it's hard. It ain't, you know what I mean?
But it's nothing you can just walk away from.
Nah.
Because we all know I'm on my second round. I don't know how to explain it, man. Like, people don't know the story in between the story. They think like we just popped up, got together, got married. Nah, man. Like, we've been through a lot of you know what I'm saying? Like, Frankie was her best friend. Frankie was like my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have, like, destroyed a lot of people to the point it's like, I got to deal with this. We could never, but it made us stronger. Like, no matter what happens, when tragedy happens, we bond together. You know what I'm saying? And our happies is ridiculous. And when we go through, we get through, it's ridiculous. Like, I could never find nobody like her, and I would never look for nobody like her, and vice versa. And she always challenges me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people understand that. Like, regardless of what the I end up doing, she always challenges me to be great. Now, what I do, but she gonna let it be known, like, tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I you know what I'm saying? Words can't express what she is to me.
For people to see a man praise his wife, but I think it's important to see a black man praise his wife, man.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? And you know, because people, you know, when you a man and you let your feelings out, like, the weird people think you like a less of a man for expressing your feelings, which is weird.
Listen here, bro. So I'm gonna say this. Y'all, people that know me, man. Ain't a more solid bone in my body. But for her, I'm butter.
There you go.
Her and my daughter, I'm butter.
Ain't nothing
you know what I'm
wrong
saying?
with that,
Like,
though.
for real, like I'm not perfect. So all y'all out this side I am, whatever. I ain't perfect. However, we perfect for each other. That's all that matter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, home is home. I'm going to get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get there. And even with that, I'm going to get there and make sure it's better than it was the day before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before I stepped out of it. She going to forever be taken care of. She going to be ever know that that's her husband. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to make sure that nobody is going to lay a goddamn finger on her. And it ain't just physically. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to protect this and this above all. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Because let's be real. We done know some people, like, the day after Martin go to the county, they like, free bird, like, I'm free, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whole Facebook status changed
As
up,
soon as
like,
the judge hit the gavel, bro.
what? What,
And-
man?
and-
She ain't miss a visit, a phone call. She was coming from Maryland all the way up to London, Ohio, which, if y'all don't know where the hell that's at, it's like down there Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? Like, to come see me and make sure I get to know my daughter. And that is the number one thing.
She a real one.
Man,
She
she
definitely-
made sure that my daughter knows, not just knows who I am, but gets to be with me and interact with that. So it was like, once I came home, it was easy transition. She wasn't looking like, who that man, Harpo? You know what I'm saying? She like, that's Dada. Like, she gonna let it be known, Dada. You know what I mean? And there's nothing else I could do to repay her for that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna spend the rest of my life making sure that I do right by her to try to at least get somewhere close to even. But yo, that's and y'all don't know, like you talk about ride or die, man. Listen, that's Lady Ruckus.
That's real, bro, and it's rare. Again, you know, what I mean, it's just, and I ain't bashing females. You know, just loyalty in general, man. It's you know what I mean. Like I said, I ain't bashing nobody, but loyalty in general it's a lost art. And you know what I mean, when I see it, you know, I feel obligated to shout it out.
But I will say this: if I would talk to any couple out there, look at our lows and see how we came through it. Don't look at the highs, because everything look good, it look good.
It wouldn't be no highs if it wasn't for lows, right?
Yo, say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as above, so below.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when the got tough, that's when our marriage really kicked in, because we realized we need each other to get by. Like, I'm going to sit here in front. I'm a man, I can hold my own, but without her, I ain't. And the reason why I ain't, because she makes me a better man. You know what I'm saying? She makes me a better man. She don't make me a real. She don't make me a thug. She make me a better man. And that's what that's what I want to be, because there is nothing under the sun as far as that gangster that I haven't done. Period, point blank. I done sat there and took bids for motherfuckers. I done sat there and kept my mouth shut. I done got shot. I done shot. I done did a murder bid. I done did a drug bid. I done did whatever the fuck you want to say under the sun. And I ain't glorifying none of it. However, there's nothing to prove in these streets.
Yeah.
Nothing. So for all y'all out there, this is my camera.
Yeah, it's your
For
camera.
all y'all out there that think I got something, I don't give a damn what y'all think about me, whatever beef y'all got with me. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a married man, and I'm a father. That's what I'm on. That gangster, it's cool to glorify. However, I ain't that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. But like, she makes me want to be that. Whereas if I wasn't with her, man, who knows? I'm gonna keep it real. I never know. Man, listen, it'd be ugly.
Like I said, man,
Y'all welcome.
It's rare, but you know, like I said, it need to be shouted out. And you get out what you put in.
Yeah.
You know, that's with any relationship, not just marriage. That's with your friendships too.
With that being said, though, like mothers are rare too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being a mother, and like I feel like, you know, one of my baby mothers, like, we don't get along, we don't see eye to eye all the time, but my son is smart because of her. She take her time out with my son. You know what I'm saying? She makes sure he good. You know what I mean? And I appreciate her for that. She might not know that, but I do appreciate her for that. And, you know, and that type of is rare, because you don't see that type of motherhood every day. You know what I'm saying? And I want to recognize her for that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's dope too. Like I said, man, you know, they need to hear it like we need to hear it. Like that reassurance, man. Everybody need reassurance. I don't care, man. So I don't need that. Yeah, you do. Everybody need that. Everybody want to hear they're doing a good job.
Because listen, man, point. I don't like you know what I'm saying. You don't want to hate nobody. You don't want to take away when credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, I give her a prop. She do what it do. You know
However, my wife crazy. Yo, for real. And that's what keeps me on my toes, because that is Serena's daughter, rest in heaven. Like, y'all don't, man, look, hey, shout out to the Jets, man. Y'all know I love y'all to death.
Listen, you know, your wife, my dog.
Yeah,
been crazy.
Is
she know? I tell her all the time.
Hold up, matter of fact, shout out to you, because I know you done had to talk off the ledge a couple times doing some old crazy ass shit.
A lot of times,
because when I first got locked up, bro, I'm like, oh, my head was spinning. Like, go home. You pregnant? You know what I'm saying? Like, go home.
Oh, yeah.
Go home. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Did?
I mean, because she was riding for you.
That's what I'm saying.
You was wronged, and you know what I mean. You wasn't here to address the wrong. So,
and she wasn't going.
She was representing you.
She bishop too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to think about
But I could not. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Like, I could not ask for a better mate. You know what I'm saying? A better soulmate. Like, there was not. I did 3 years and 9 months. I can name maybe 3 arguments we had, and they was all frivolous. In the joint, do you know how priceless that is? To end every conversation with, I love you, later, talk to you tomorrow, have a good day. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, man, you did, and what I heard you was in it. Man, ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no smut on her name. And more that's supposed to be real can't say that. How real is that?
And peace of mind is priceless.
Priceless.
You know, especially when you know what I mean, when you're in the joint.
Priceless, man. And I vowed to never take her through that again because she didn't deserve that in the first place. However, one thing, like I said, when you evenly yoked, for better for worse, really means what it means.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, when it got worse, we got better. And that's the thing about people don't understand about the whole bid is through all that, we got better. Because we got a chance to really, like, take everything else out of it. Because when you take the physical out of it, because it's easy to be like Jody and, what was it? Yvette.
Yeah.
And argue.
Boy, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Argue. You know what I'm saying?
Make up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And get it together is make me some damn pancakes. But when you apart and you ain't got that in the whole, it's you against the whole world. Because she got options. Because you locked up.
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself there.
Yeah.
So she got options. When you got to temper that shit and be like, okay, look, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going to argue about that because you know what? And to be receptive on the other side, like, you know what? You right. Or no, this what we going. Man, listen, that is real. You know what I'm saying? 3 years and 9 months might not sound like a long time, but when we've been together for 9 years, married for 9 years, and we've been together for over 10. That is, you know what I'm saying? That ain't a short time when you think about how everything is microwave now. Get married in 2 years or get together in 2 years, it is what it is. But to be together for 10 years in today's society,
it's rare. Again, it's rare.
You know, shout out to the wife.
Thank you. Always, man. She know what it is, man. All the time, man. She know. There ain't no me without her. Like she's. All I ask is be my peace, and I don't have to ask. I take care of what I take care of. I take care of what I take care of, so she don't have to worry about that. But she makes it easy for me to take care of what I take care of. As a mother, as a daughter, as a granddaughter, as a wife, man, I don't know what I did to get so lucky. I really don't, man. You know, and
you went through the trials and tribulation of life.
Yeah, you know, and I try. Yeah, I try to make sure she. Now I don't always do the best job, man. I am who I am. Like, you know, I'm moody. I'm, you know what I mean. I got smart mouth, slick tongue, all of that, and. Man, she be there, you know, with the pancakes, tacos, whatever it is. Yeah, it was tacos. It was tacos. Yeah, same thing, but pancakes sound good for tomorrow.
Right.
I brought you here to give flowers.
Thank you.
If I got Ray Loke in front of me, man, I'm always gonna give flowers, man, and I'm gonna give them out right now.
Yeah.
You know, we gonna wind down, but I'm gonna start with you, bro. I ain't gonna call you Ruck. I never called you Ruck. You know what I mean? You always been bro to me.
No doubt.
Man, first of all, I'm glad you home. And I told you before, but, you know, just seeing you in your mode and your daddy mode, and, you know, I know what your daughter mean to you because I know you. And I know it's something that you always wanted. And the timing of what had happened, I'm sure there was no greater test for you. There couldn't have been. You know, with something that means so much to you that you wanted, and then you was just taken away from it. And I say taken away from it because it...
Right.
Taken away from it. Right. So see you home, man, with your family, and you know, I asked you. I'm not just asking you questions as a podcast. I'm emotionally invested. No so I want to hear you say Ruck is gone. Like, that's what I want to hear. As your little brother, like, that's what I want to hear because I'm emotionally invested, and you know what I mean. You being whole means something to me. So when you said that you wanted to come on. That's a no-brainer because I wanted to have this conversation with you anyway. And black man to black man, a black man being vulnerable and telling his feelings to another black man, you know, people that's frowned upon, that's soft or whatever. You know what I mean? But when it's all said and done, we all gonna leave the earth. Somebody need to know what they mean to somebody. You know what I mean? No and that's what we as black men, as leaders, as fathers, we should be able to express our emotions without having, like, you know what I mean, being named because of it. So that's my flowers to you, bro. You know, I always, like I said, frontline, I always watched you. You know what I mean? You always was invested. You know, you trusted me with, you know, to watch out for your sister. And, you know, you went with my sister. You was big bro every sense of the word. Like, it's every 360 brought you back to being big bro. So, yeah, I want to appreciate you. I want to tell you I appreciate you for that. Welcome home, man.
I appreciate that,
Welcome
man.
home, bro.
I appreciate that, y'all. Like you was, like I said, you always saw what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you did not take the path that I took, because you could have easily took the path that I took. The man that you are today is the man that I strive to be, because you got it together, bro. Age is age. However, where you at is where I plan to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm appreciative, you know what I'm saying, to be able to say, okay, well, I can mirror some of the things that you do to make me a better man. I ain't afraid to say that, because a lot of us have arrested development because we was in the streets for so long. So trying to find a model of being a good man, you know what I'm saying, a good man, or the right way living in society, we don't see that. You know what I'm saying? We mirror off of what we saw, our OGs. They ain't got it right a lot of times. And that's what I'm trying to do for everybody else, is to show the younger generation that an OG ain't just somebody that's in the streets. The OG is to be able to transition, you know what I'm saying, to become a full man, you know what I'm saying, in all aspects, a father, a husband, somebody in the community is trustworthy, and a man of integrity.
That's love, bro.
Because if you don't have your integrity, you ain't got nothing else. And integrity just doesn't mean being in the streets not snitching. Integrity is being able to say, well, I got a job, I'm gonna make sure I fulfill that job. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, like, I see that in you because I see the growth in you. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, especially from the odds that you came from and this brother, man, like, that shit is crazy to see, like, being older and to be able to look like, yo, they got it together.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And like that's big. And also to the youth to be able to say, okay, well, like you said, like these dudes right here, they telling the story of how the Ville was, the real story. However, they didn't transition. Because if you ain't transitioning, what you doing?
You're running in place.
You in the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up.
You in the way.
It's like quicksand.
Yeah. And they got a spot for you.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why I'm heavy on the financial aspect now. Because if I was financially sound, to when I did lose my job and everything went right, I wouldn't have been in that situation. So
knowledge is power, bro.
Knowledge is power.
When I came in, you said I was the dude from the bank.
Yes.
But you know what I mean. The beauty of that is, I gained the knowledge to where now I can help my people. My mom didn't have that knowledge. She couldn't help me with that. It ain't her fault. She just didn't know it.
Right.
I can talk to my guys. I can talk to my kids. I can talk to my guys to talk to their kids, because all it is, and it's not a race thing, but the white people got a head start.
Yes.
Like, and that's a fact. It's not an opinion. That's a fact.
It's a fact.
A generational head start. Like, so we get it out the mud, so they don't have to get it out the mud. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with getting out the mud, but they not getting it out the mud. They turning 18, they got 800 credit scores, and they got everything ready for them. And that's, you know, we control the power to even the playing field. We can sit and complain about what they ain't gonna give us, and they ain't never gonna give us.
And that ain't gonna do nothing.
It ain't never gonna do nothing, and we ain't never gonna get it by sitting here like this.
And that's the thing that I really ever touched on in this thing. But the whole thing about being, when I say financial literacy, I really mean like being able to plan your future for you and your children, to be able to understand what mutual funds are, to be understand what, you know what I'm saying, investments are, the difference between an investment and trading. You know what I'm saying? To be able to say, okay, well, if I open up a account with a bank as opposed to opening one with a credit union. You know what I'm saying? Being able to understand what your credit score really means. The difference between a credit score and a credit report.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being able to understand, like, okay, I might have a 700 credit score, but however, it's all minimal. That's not always going to get you a house. But having a credit profile to where I got a car on there, I got this on loans on there that I pay back, and it boosts them, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of different layers to that people don't understand, but they watch TikTok and think they got it.
Yeah, and no disrespect to Mr. Danner, but they should have been teaching that instead of shop.
Instead of like, make a damn car.
I'm saying,
yeah, how to make a car out of a damn sand. Yeah.
Ray, I'm tripping. Like,
no, you ain't tripping, but you just threw Mr. Danner out there.
I just threw it out there. But nah, and the fact that you pulled up with Ray Loke, you know, people just because you don't see somebody with somebody or kicking it with somebody or in pictures with somebody or vacation, that don't tell the story. Like, this is my brother.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you my brother. Like,
yeah.
From the history goes so far back.
Yeah, for sure.
That the time that we put in, you know, you a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
All from Garfield. You know what I mean? And again, that's rare. You know what I mean? With Ray, you ain't never not been you. And you had the opportunity
to swerve.
You know what I mean? You it was right above you. Not just Whoop, but Keek. You know what I mean?
Shout out to my brother
Shout out to Keek, man. Like,
What's in heaven?
I mean, Freddie, you know what I mean? Mumu, all like.
Well, the thing is, though, man, when I was coming up, man, my pops always, like, drilled in my head to not be a follower. Somehow I was a follower, but then he also taught me how to use my brain. So, like, he always taught me, he was like, if you feel like you're going to be in trouble, don't do it. And that instilled it in me. Like, I love the fact that my pops was in my life to instill that structure in me. You know what I'm saying? So when he instilled that in me, like, like, I still want to be a part of the streets and get street cred, but at the same time, I'm not no dummy. I'm not finna crash out. He taught me how not to crash out. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I still get caught up in, like, following, wanting to get money and hustling in the streets, because I just thought, like, that's how you get the that's how you get the street cred. It was just all clout chasing for real, like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, the number one thing you said is what I preach to my kids, and I hope everybody listening heard you. The worst thing you can do is be a follower.
Yeah.
I don't care if you do something because you want to do it and you mess up, then that's what you did because you wanted to do it. And there's consequences for that. But to do something because somebody else is doing it is the worst thing
you can do. Yeah. Because you're not experiencing your own experience. You're experiencing somebody else's experience. You know what I'm saying? And like how he was saying, like how he switched it up and he got a degree in it. So when I got locked up, you know what I'm saying, I came home, I got my felony expunged. You know what I'm saying? And I never got locked up again. I knew, like, when I got locked up the first time, I'm not ashamed to say it, that wasn't for me. I like for them to say, like, when it was time to go to lunch, like, if I'm out in the streets and I want to go eat lunch, I'm about to go eat lunch. They screaming, "Chow," like you an animal. You know what I'm saying? Chow. You know how that sound, bro. Like you cattle. I was like, nah, this ain't for me. I'm better than this. You know what I'm saying?
That's the crazy thing, right? Because I was the opposite end of it. Because I felt like I did 10 years. So going to prison to me was like, psst, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I wanted to go, because ain't no women in there. A, but, and I don't get down. B, my whole thing was like people don't, you get desensitized. You feel what I'm saying? Because when I went to jail the first time, I did level 3s. When it was level 3s. I done seen people get stabbed to death, banging off the chain, like COs whooping hell. COs whooped me before. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't want to take penitentiary chances. However, if I end up in there, I know how to move.
Yeah.
And that's a backwards ass thinking, because the thinking should be, oh, A, you're 40 something. B, like, you got a family. No, that. A, you got a family. B, you over 40. C, why? You got skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, you worked the same job and moved up in that joint for 8 years. I went from a temp to a supervisor. So, like, why you can't just do that again? But the hustle mentality is, I need money. You know what I'm saying?
It's the allure.
That too.
It's the allure, bro. And what COVID did is, when they take away your earning power, you go to what you know. That's what we know,
like
bro.
I said earlier, it's more than one way to skin a cat, and that's COVID put us in that mode. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what I was gonna do without my job. Like that $600 a week didn't kick in till 2 months later. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, luckily, bro had a little plug, and we was just going from there.
But
it's that mode.
But here's
hustlers.
Here's my pushback of why I say was my fatal flaw. So you always prepare. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was, like I said, why not move my 401k into a mutual fund? That way it's appreciated. That way I'm getting a return. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, 2-3% out of my check is going to my 401k, and it's, you know what I'm saying, depending on how the business is, my job is doing, or whoever's controlling my 401k
On the market, yeah.
Instead of saying, okay, well, I'm gonna take my whole 401k out, I'm gonna put in the mutual funds, I'm gonna put into, you know what I'm saying, defensive funds, you know what I'm saying, like medical, what's the best defensive funds you got that people are always gonna need? Food, clothing, and shelter. Shelter. You know what I'm saying? Doing that, and then doing some risk assessments and put my money in other things so where it can appreciate. So then if something does happen, I can say, oh shit, I got, you know, money here, here, and here, instead of saying, oh shit, I got to hustle. Because now I got to take my 401k and flip it. The legal way. People that have financial knowledge, they flip theirs legally.
Yeah, you want your money. You want your money to work for you.
Exactly.
You want to make money while you sleep.
Exactly.
Like money making money.
But that's the thing. I'm working backwards because I'm working, I'm paying taxes, and my money is getting cut if I withdraw my 401k. So I'm losing instead of being able to diversify my portfolio. That's the that I didn't understand. But like you said, we don't really know that.
Nah, on purpose. It's not that by chance we don't know that, because if we know that, then we don't need them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like this is how you. This is by design.
Yeah, to keep
systemically
us down.
how you put your foot on somebody's neck.
Yeah.
Like so, for instance, you could be 18 years old, right, and they'll let you borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to school, right?
Yeah.
That same 18-year-old try to get a business loan. It's impossible.
No.
There's no chance of getting it. The reason why is you get the business loan, you know what I mean? Now you 18 with a business loan and you building off of the business loan. Now you don't need them.
Yeah.
And
More
you're
than
going to put your family in a position for generational wealth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, we're going to tell you that college is the dream.
Yep.
Take this 100,000. Now you paying it back for the rest of your
The
life.
rest of your life, you in debt. With you got a degree that
Exactly.
you're not even working for in debt. You know what I'm saying? It's best to just have a trade.
That's a
Well,
fact, because they give you a car
Yeah.
to put you in debt. They give you a school loan to put you in debt.
Yeah.
But they're not going to give you a business loan to create your own money.
Yeah, facts.
And people don't understand, if you go to the SBA and get a loan, you get a 1%, 2%, 3% loan. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to going to a bank that, like you said, you have no collateral, you have no credit history.
Not if you're just starting. They're not. They're going to tell you to kick rocks.
Look as a kid how they conditioned you when you watch TV. When you watch TV, they always made fun of a plumber. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be a plumber, go to school. A plumber makes a good living.
Bro, no, an amazing living.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The people with the most money I've seen at the bank has been plumbers.
Yeah, and then they condition you to, like, you know, like the butt crack out, that's the plumber. You don't want to be the plumber like when you're watching sitcom, right? They condition you to go to college so you can be in debt. But at the whole time, man, that motherfucking plumber, man, he eating, he living. He don't owe nothing.
I mean,
He
eating. Yeah.
Yeah, like he coming to fix your toilet and your septic tank and all that.
But that's why when I went in, I made sure to dedicate myself and to finding ways to alleviate me coming back. So I said, okay, well, what's the ways I can do that? Being that I'm gonna have 2 felonies. So, okay, how do I do that? A, get educated. You know what I'm saying? So I got my degree. And like I said, I graduated cum laude. So it ain't like I just scraped by.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm enrolled in winter classes because I'm gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm blessed because mine is a continuation of the state. So I'm not gonna have heavy student loans. So I'm using that shit as an advantage. You know what I'm saying? To be able to not have student debt. Now, with that being said, I have connections to where I have people that work for minority business loans for the state of Ohio. They're basically giving money away. And I'm great at doing business plans. So as long as I have the vision and I have the people behind me, I have a chance to go ahead and make generational wealth as an entrepreneur. So that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being like, I'm going to work, don't get me wrong. Nothing against anybody who works a hard job, because I gotta build a foundation. In the meantime, I can't just rely on that until I get the actual funds to do what I need to do. legally.
The job you work is the means to an end.
Exactly.
Like
Right.
use them like they're using you.
And
Yeah,
you,
that's a good way to say that.
and you
Yeah.
use that shit as that's part of your platform, because they want to, like, anybody that's going to give you money want to know that you're going to make sure that you do whatever you can to make them money.
They say a job is to make you forget your dreams.
Only if there's no justification to the
Yeah,
means.
the means. Yeah.
So if I go
That's a
to
fact, though.
like
Yeah.
I said, like if I go to some hedge fund investor or angel investor or whatever, and they're like, okay, well, what do you do? And I say, well, I work for Amazon. They're like, okay, so what do you do at Amazon? I explain. They're like, well, I overtime. I never turn down shifts. I'm never late. That shit they look at and say, okay, well, I know that you're gonna go hard for your own shit like you go for them, as opposed to saying, well, shit, I just got an idea. You know what I mean? So there's ways that you can turn it into a positive when you work, as long as you don't get caught up in saying, well, I'm just gonna keep working for them and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna be the one that it's gonna take you 30 years to retire, your body gonna be broke down, and your 401k gonna get 25 to 30%, if not more, taken out of it when you retire.
What's crazy is it might not be no retiring. They
By
take
the time
away
we get there?
yeah,
Yeah.
by the time we get there, there ain't gonna be no Social Security. It's gonna be working till you die. Is what it's gonna be.
No, that's what it's on its way to. And that's why, like you said, when you got to educate yourself so you can educate your kids, educate your homies so they can educate theirs, because it ain't going to be when we up there, ain't going to be no.
No, ain't no Social Security. They going away with that.
Yeah, that's dead.
And we a lot of us are already playing behind the 8 ball because we so far behind with, you know what I'm saying, being in and out of recidivism, you know what I'm saying, or poverty.
Yeah, for me, I'm on the back end. Everything I do, like legacy lounge, this for my kids.
No doubt.
Like, you know what I mean? Like this is my legacy is them. I got more years behind me than I got in front of me. And that's just reality. You know what I mean? So my grind is to make sure that they don't have to experience what I experienced. And it's not knocking my mom,
They know what they know.
Yeah, and I do want to say, man, I appreciate you saying what you said about my mom, and I don't really I get emotional if I talk too deep about my mom, but my mom deserved better than what she has, and man, that's my motivation. Just if it's not too financially, I can't pay her back, but if I can thrive, and if I can change the game and flip it, then it lets her know what she did never went into vain. Like the work you put in, this is a product. All I am is a product of the work my mom put in.
Yeah.
I can shout other people out, but all I am is a product of the work my mother put in.
And she did a great job.
I appreciate
you know what
that.
I'm saying?
Man.
For real.
Word up.
Not just but not just for you. Because like I said, she touched so many other people. There's nobody in this world that's gonna say a negative thing about your mom.
Yeah.
Or not have respect. And that's huge. Because there's some moms we be like, yours too.
Yeah.
The nicest lady.
Your mama don't
mom's
play.
The nicest,
That's my
man.
mama too. I don't
Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody said, bro. Ain't no.
She love y'all
Hold
too.
up. Your mom is the sweetest thing I've ever known, bro.
Yeah,
it's like listening to a Lauryn Hill song.
That's
your
Hey, but
mom.
that's what they say, man. Take a village to raise a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we witnessed that. We went through that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, our moms were all in our lives. Like, there's no, like, if I did something wrong, his mom's gonna check me.
They
Vice
like,
versa.
Ruck? This his mom? Like her?
Yep.
So that's funny you say that, because when Jessie first met my mom, she thought I was adopted. I swear to God, so my aunt Cook used to go to Jessie, and I don't know what happened. My mom she couldn't get in with somebody, whatever. So she ended up going to Jessie's chair. I think I might have been locked. No, I was free. I was in Atlanta then. So she was like, yeah, I'm DC's mom, and she's like, oh, like you Chi-Chi's mom. And she's like, nah, DC's my son too. And she's like, ain't no way, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way, like this woman, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, and she told me, she's like, I thought you was adopted. I was like, damn.
Man, shout out to Miss Lynn.
No doubt.
Yeah, man, ain't nobody saying nothing bad about Miss Lynn, man. Miss Lynn's the sweetest, bro.
She's the gangster.
Crazy
man.
about Miss Lynn.
In every beautiful sense of the word, man.
Man, we had like 3 hours of filming, man. But that's what it is when it's organic and it ain't no fluff and it ain't no BS. We ain't got no time limit on here. Right. We work for ourselves. Man, this was love, man. Like
for real.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight, man, knowing that we did this. And it was totally impromptu. Like I said, I was telling you, we was done. We wrapped up the season. Like I already recorded a swan song before y'all came and everything. Like I was already introducing season 2. But you know, sometimes when you get the call, like you answer.
No doubt.
Hey, so can we get a freestyle on the wrap up?
Oh, put him under the guitar.
Can we get a freestyle on the wrap up? Like, I mean, not right now. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you wrap up every episode you did in a freestyle? I challenge you to that. And I know you can do it because you ill. So from season 1 to all the way up to this last episode, right? Can you wrap it up in a freestyle?
Wrap up the whole season in a freestyle. I can.
I know you can.
I can.
Yeah, I challenge you to
that. The comment right there.
Nah, because I'll be honest with you real quick. I'll be honest. And I'll be fast. It's been hard. The night before D-Hart died, we was at the Triple Play. And I'm just guessing. I don't know this.
Yeah.
But we at the Triple Play, and I'm freestyling.
Yeah.
We all in a circle on freestyling. Yeah. And the next morning, he passed away. This was 2013.
Yeah.
So we had 11 years on the 27th of this month. Bro, it's been, and you've been around me. You know, I go for you know what I mean? Yeah. It's been so hard to freestyle.
Because that was the last thing you did.
I guess. It's been like, it's like I never freestyled before. Even when I tried, bro, it don't even feel the same. And the only thing that makes sense is because, my man gone. And the last time I did it, my man was here. And that was, that was my hype train.
I ain't even going front to you though, man. It'd be the little things. Like when I lost my homie Jay, you know what I'm saying? Like that was my homie. That was my heart. You know what I'm saying? I took that shit hard. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing I remember with him is playing college football. And college football took the hiatus and then it came out this year. So when it came out this year, the first thing I thought about was him. I'm like, damn, man, I can't even play my game. It'd be the little like, yeah. So I feel
yeah, bro. Even when I sit down to write, it's like writer's block. It takes me a while.
Yeah,
it don't flow like it used to. But I accept the challenge though. I do accept the challenge.
I know the challenge is gonna be. Only reason why I'm challenging because I know it's gonna come out dope. So.
Yeah, and I want to do it because I did something like if I got like 100 shares or something, I would spit something, and I'm a man of my word. So I definitely want to do it.
That's gonna be dope.
I definitely want to do it. A lot of people still don't even know, like, bro. I tell them I rap, they think I be like playing, bro. Like,
you gotta let them know.
You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, man, I dab a little bit,
bro. Listen, man, the Ville is like Queensbridge. Everybody rap.
No, for sure.
Everybody come out the woodwork rapping. Everybody got an album.
Yeah, and the talent is crazy. But you can go many places. But Jay said you are where you are who you are. Like but that don't mean you could be a better version of who you are. This is DC. Y'all might know him as Ruck, but every day you being a better version of who you are, and without Ruck, you not standing here before me, sitting here before me saying what you saying. Like what you went through, you gonna prevent somebody else from going through it. And that's just you. You fall on the sword. Whether it's for your homies or it might even be for the youth, but that's what you do, bro. You fall on the sword. So, ain't nothing wrong with being you who are, it is what it is a common phrase. That's cool, but growth and elevation is always the goal, man. We ain't doing this for nothing. Like we ain't grinding for nothing, man. We ain't just running. What Jay said, we ain't doing crime for the sake of doing crime. Like we moving dimes because we ain't doing fine. Like you know what I mean? When we are a product of our environment to a point, but everything we do is for a better life, man. And we don't, you know what I mean? We don't judge. Like I don't never judge. You did time. You did time. Y'all did what y'all had to do in the moment. And at the end of the day, learn from your mistakes. But also, man, love is loyalty. And
That's funny you say that.
and loyalty is rare.
Yeah,
That's me, Sam, BY, rest in heaven, Boo, I think BC got it. Who else got it? I'm forgetting somebody. Forgive me. Oh, Shauna. We all got the same tattoo. Love is loyalty. Fam first. Love is loyalty.
And I didn't know that, but that's what it is. Like, and to see y'all, you know what I mean,
Desi got it too.
still plus 30 plus years of friendship, well over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
That inspires people. You know what I mean. So it ain't where you start. It really ain't what you've been through. It's where you finish. It's where you going. So, man, y'all, you know, it's good to have brothers on, man. And when you doing what you love with your brothers, you know, it ain't a job. It's just fun. It's just love. Proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Proud of you.
Proud of you too, bro.
You too,
We just
bro.
make history. I don't even think y'all know it.
Hey.
You know, Legacy Lounge, man. We in the building. This is it, man. We wrapping up season 1, but we gonna wrap it up with a freestyle at some point.
Yeah.
Ray Loke, Big Bro DC, Legacy Lounge signing out.
Love y'all.
Peace, bro.